2 other times earlier this season, with both games going to overtime. We will have your opening face-off in just a moment, but first, let's go to your preview of tonight's game with none other than Alex Reed.
Komets at Veterans Memorial Arena. Tonight marks just the first ever meeting between the two teams here in Jacksonville, and just the third meeting overall as the Icemen in its Jacksonville form go head-to-head tonight. Now, these two teams, the Icemen and the Komets, actually have quite the history with one another, dating back to the Icemen's days in Evansville, Indiana, in the ECHL, and then from 2010 to 2012, the two teams competed as in-state rivals in the now-defunct Central Hockey League. Both teams coming off road losses, the Icemen falling on Monday in Orlando 3-2 to the Solar Bears despite posting 41 shots on net in the game, while the Komets losing last night 5-2 down in Estero in a very physical affair. Now, looking at the Komets, they come in with the second best power play in the ECHL, and longtime Komet and veteran Sean Sidlowski second in the league with 19 power play points. Now, looking at the Icemen, they're getting excellent play from a red-hot Alex Daoul. Daoul now riding a 4-game goal-scoring streak and will look to keep things going here this evening against Fort Wayne. I had a chance to chat with Iceman forward Brendan Warren, coming off a couple weeks removed from his appearance in the ECHL All-Star Game, get his thoughts on the team's play, the mindset in the locker room, and the big matchup tonight with Fort Wayne.
Yeah, like you said, I think we've been playing good and we've been competing. That's something we've been talking about a lot off the ice in the locker room. You know, that's what we want to do and win those battles. That's the biggest thing that we've been kind of good at the last 2 games. And you know, we didn't get the result that we wanted, but as long as we keep bringing that, we're going to start getting our chances, and we're going to start putting them in, and we're going to get the results we want. I think mentally we're still good. We're still being positive every day. You know, we're so close, and we know that it just bounce here and there, or a defensive play that we need to get the puck out, that will be the difference in these games. And yeah, that's we just gotta bear down on everything, and we'll get the result, like you said.
And we are underway. Puck is down. Your referee tonight is Alexander Ross. The Fort Wayne Komets in their black jerseys with orange and white trim. They have possession of the puck and will deflect in behind the net of Adam Carlson. Jacksonville takes over from there, easily out of their own zone. Bobby Lynch with a toss pass. John Albert handles it well after it goes off a skate and plays into the zone. Komets now, they are the ones who easily skate out of their own end as McKenzie backhands it off the wall and in behind the net of Carlson. Nothing but dump and chase from both clubs thus far in the early going. The Icemen have control of the puck behind their own net with number 4, Luke Shiplow. Shiplow spins away from a forechecker. Dangerous player in Brady Shaw, but the puck does work its way through the neutral zone. It is taken over from there by the Komets. Gabriel Verpass behind his own net. Goaltender tonight for Fort Wayne, Patrick Munson, after Cole Kaler got the start last night in a loss at Florida. Jenks takes it into the zone for Fort Wayne. Stood up nicely there by Dalton Thrower as the Icemen play it off the short glass and safely out to the Fort Wayne line. Just over a minute gone by. We are still scoreless. No whistle yet. The Icemen looking to forecheck, forcing a Fort Wayne turnover at the Jacksonville line. The Icemen look to skate into the zone. Can't do it yet. Still tangled up along the penalty box doors, and the Komets pull it away. Taking it over the blue line for the Komets, Anthony Petrozelli. Petrozelli tossing it to the blue line, wide open there, and a slap shot is snatched out of the air by Carlson off the stick of Chase Stewart. And our first whistle comes just over a minute and a half in. We are scoreless as I introduce the other half of our fabulous broadcast tandem, Alex Reed. Reeder, good to have you back here after a couple of weeks and a few games away in South Florida.
Yeah, it is. And I just want to say it's great that we're a minute 32 in the game, and Adam Carlson is still in the game. So that's a good news after, of course, the last game being tossed from the game 7 seconds in to Monday's contest in Orlando. But hey, it's good to have him back in there. And it's a good thing. Halford played very well on Monday, but great to have Adam Carlson, who's been just such a great performer for this team all year.
If we have sort of a mundane whistle at the next whistle, I'll have you go into some detail for exactly how that happened, because it is crazy. But meanwhile, the Icemen take the puck into Fort Wayne territory. Wasey Rabbit looks for the wraparound. He's got some space, but his shot is blocked. Comes free for Alexi Daou, who is on a tear right now for Jacksonville. Shapiro from the line. Shot is deflected, and a save is made by Munson as Daou is looking for his 5th goal in as many games. It would have been, he's got a 4-game goal streak with 1 goal in each of the last 4, and he nearly connected there. Fort Wayne now with it behind their own net with Jason Binkley. Binkley to the left for Ben Jones. Jones fans on his passing attempt. Now it's loose. Albert looks for the steal at the blue line. Fighting for it there is Mike Hedden. He keeps it in the zone, but he can't keep possession of it. And the Komets have it with Binkley up ahead to the right side. Turnover at center ice, and the Icemen drive it right back in.
Another name you mentioned there, Mike Hedden, returning to the lineup
Yes.
here. He's been nursing an injury, but I know he's been itching to get back in. It's great to see number 8 back out there.
Komets had some trouble taking it out of the zone, but they do eventually get it away. Verpass takes it to the Jacksonville line and takes it behind the net from there. Shiplow first on it for the Icemen. For Hedden. Touch pass deflected away and held in by Fort Wayne. Shaw with a shot deflected. Might have gone off the shaft of Carlson's stick. Comes free for Fort Wayne. Pass towards the blue line. Verpass holds it in. Softly for Sidlowski. His pass is picked off by Mingo. Good touch feed for Shiplow. And the Icemen have a little more time and space to skate out of their own zone. Mingo will play it ahead for Lynch, and it's deflected into Fort Wayne territory. 16:41 to go in the first period. Jacksonville nothing, Fort Wayne nothing. First time these two teams have ever met here in Jacksonville. But of course, these two teams had a great weekend very early in the season, all the way back in October. A pair of games in Fort Wayne that to overtime, each team winning in overtime on that weekend. Back to play, it is Gallipo for the Komets. Has it stolen in the Jacksonville end by Chase Lang. He'll start a 2-man rush with Clark. Lang for Clark, it is blocked. Lang gets it right back into the circle for Dowda. Dowda had his stick lifted, and Fort Wayne takes over. Big hit there from Jacksonville. Lang dislodges the puck. Dowda looks to hold it in. Clark is there to help out, about 5 feet away from the blue line. It is held in, but the Komets take it over. And they'll play it out to center. Jacksonville in control from there. It is Dalton Thrower for Chase Harrison. Slams it off the glass, bouncing at the red line. Comes free to the Komets briefly. Thrower gets it back for Jacksonville. He'll softly forehand it in. Munson behind his net. Playing it off the wall. Gets deflected by Jacksonville. Good forecheck here from the Icemen. Shapiro gets it loose for Warren. Rister in a screen, and a save is made by Munson. Rebound for the Komets. They do not clear yet. Held in well at the blue line by newcomer Chris Lidsman for the Icemen. Making his Icemen debut. We'll tell you a little bit more about him in a minute as Jacksonville looks to keep it in the zone. And once more they do hold it in. It is Daou into the slot. Warren zips a shot just over the crossbar from about 35 feet away, right in the slot. But Jacksonville looking good in the early going as we have an offside call against the Icemen with 15:07 to go.
Yeah, some good sustained pressure that time, and Jacksonville doing the right things. And really, one of the key components there of that last drive, or that last shift there, was Kyle Shapiro stepped into a check, forced the turnover to keep it in, and the Icemen able to move the puck around, set up that chance for Warren. He just buzzed high. But again, when you were able to control possession like that, makes it very difficult for the guys defending to get off the ice. They get a little tired. You start to see those stick penalties, and you're putting some pressure in on the goaltender there. So a good start here, and the Icemen at some point need to try to get some of those shots in on Munson.
Yeah, right now just a bunch of body blows. Hopefully they have one that really connects as the Icemen have it back in Fort Wayne territory. Lynch with a sharp angle shot. It goes wide to the far post, and that almost always results in a shot going off the kick plates and all the way out of the zone, which it did. Mingo now deep in his own zone. Taps it ahead for Lynch, then for Albert. 2-on-2 over the blue line. Albert for Ian McKinnon. First time I've seen him.
Yeah, and he's wearing
First
a different
time I've
number.
ever seen him.
Yeah. He's
like 27. Where'd this guy come from?
Yeah,
Now it's McKinnon for Mingo. Forehand just wide off the stick of Dowda. I wonder if Munson got a piece of it, perhaps, as Dowda looks to hold in. Excellent work here from the Icemen. Fort Wayne forced to clear it and ice it, so they will have to keep their same 5 guys on the ice. And Jacksonville will get an offensive zone faceoff. McKinnon setting up Dowda for a forehand. I'm not sure if Munson got a piece of it or not, but Jacksonville getting some good quality chances here in these last 2 shifts.
Yeah, just keep it here, pedal to the metal here. And, Jacksonville, they're just glad to be back home. Again, lots of traveling here. There's 32 games left in the regular season. 21 of those are going to be on home ice, Arlie. So the team knows that. And I think they play better at home ice. Obviously, the travel can get to you a little bit. And I know as they try to make a push here for a playoff positioning, the fact that they're going to have a majority of these home games, and again, 21 of them is really going to bode well for them. And the guys are pretty excited about it and seem to be feeding off that right now.
Hopefully that results in results, as the Icemen need to be fantastic on home ice the rest of the way. Jacksonville does win this draw in the offensive end. Shot towards net is blocked out to center. Dalton thrower for the Icemen. Up the right side for Chase Lang. He'll deflect into the zone. Verpass wheels it around to the far side, and the Komets are out of their end rather easily. Lowen will backhand it in behind the net of Carlson. Shots on goal in the early going, 4-2 in favor of the Icemen. Jacksonville with a pass right up the middle. Good look, tape to Dowda. Over the blue line with Clark. Dowda plays it off the boards to himself. A self-pass, playing it behind the net for Chase Lang. Lang with a centering pass, knocked free by the Komets and played out to center. The Komets haven't been able to do much anything after about the first maybe 60, 90 seconds of this game. At least offensively, they haven't. Jacksonville has really carried the play, and now Warren gets a steal. Into the offensive end for Wasey Rabbit, left circle. Centering feed, Warren cannot get a shot. Now it goes in! Score for Jacksonville! Brendan Warren knocked it out of midair. It wasn't even really supposed to be a shot on goal. He was just trying to bat at it towards the net. But Munson, the goaltender for Fort Wayne, somehow never saw it, and it slipped right between his pads. It's 1-0 Icemen.
Yeah, and I think right now Fort Wayne wants to lobby here. Maybe it was hit him with some kind of high stick potentially, but it was batted up into the air. It was the initial shot, and then not certain if the player in front there got a piece of it. And again, I think Warren was there. Is that Daoul there in front of the net? He might have got a piece of it there too. I'm not certain how they're going to score this one. I have to take a look at it again as they showing it up on the video board. But you're right, Warren fluttering one that way, and it goes in. And they don't ask how, Harley, they ask how many. And for the Icemen, they'll take the first one here on the board.
And thank goodness for the Icemen, that is not something that can be reviewed because the shot was from a good 20 feet away out of midair. I think all the officials agreed, and actually looking at the replay a couple of times, I tend to agree with the call. And I'm not saying that just because we're the Jacksonville broadcasters. It is going to be Brendan Warren's goal. Here's Joe Massa with your call.
Assisted by number 21.
Big hit there by Dowd. Was that Dowd over there on the left wing? Mings? Who was there? It was Shapiro.
Could get a little physical here. They said the assist went to number 21, but that can't be the case. Let's see if we can get it back again. Could have been 20. I believe it might have been 20 Rabbit instead of 21. Either way, it's going to be Brendan Warren's goal, his 7th of the season.
Fans, please turn your attention to the
And we will take a quick break, I suppose. Jacksonville 1-0. Whatever the assists are, Jacksonville leads. That one I know. This is Jacksonville Icemen hockey.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 32nd season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, official signage provider; A&R Sports, official hockey accessory supplier; AthleticNet, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; BFL Canada Risk and Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2020 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; Ephesus Lighting, the preferred lighting partner of the ECHL; The Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider; Geico, official auto insurance of the ECHL; Handbid, the official mobile auction app; Honig's, the official partner of the ECHL officiating team; Howie's Hockey Tape, official hockey tape and lace provider; in Glasgow, official puck provider; The Migray Group, your source for game-worn jerseys; Ticket Galaxy, official ticket resale partner; and Warrior, official on-ice equipment provider of the ECHL. Catch all the live ECHL action in high definition by logging on to ECHL.tv.
Well, finally giving the assist to Daou and Rabbit as the Icemen take it back into the zone. A wrist shot by Albert goes wide. It comes off the end boards right back to Patrick Munson, who will freeze it. And things getting a little testy in the last shift or so. And with this being a back-to-back, I wonder if that not only spills over later in this game, but obviously into tomorrow as well.
Well, Fort Wayne's already been testy on this trip. They got into a nice little skirmish in front of the bench area last night in Estero against the Everblades. They had a pretty physical affair with Florida in their loss last night by a 5-2 count. So they're not at all shy at doing that here on this trip, apparently, but that one quickly simmered down. And Daul right now getting that assist, and now 11 points in the last 11 games. We talked about the goal-scoring streak, but he's got points there. He's been doing a pretty good job here as of late, but 11 points. Oh, look out here. This one goes sailing out of play off a deflection.
Hopefully everybody's okay, and they appear to be. One section away from us. Another, I don't know, 15 rows or so. I feel like I would have caught it, personally.
It was online. If it had made it high enough.
Just needed a little more oomph to it, that's all. Penalty on Fort Wayne as well. They're going to say no deflection here, so it is a delay of game against the Komets.
Yeah, I thought maybe there was, but hey, they talked it over and said it was not, so works out better for Jacksonville.
So Stephen Bayless in the box for the Komets. Already 1-0 Icemen, and looking for more on the power play. Jacksonville does win the draw. They'll play it to the blue line. Mingo, right point, goes cross ice for Warren, who taps it into the corner. Well done there, just to keep the play moving. Warren gets knocked off the puck. Daoub swings it around all the way to Warren at the left circle. That's on the far side. Down low for Lang. Back for Warren at the half wall. To the blue line we go. Rabbit for Mingo. Mingo to the right for Alexi Daoub. Daoub with a wrist shot. And it's deflected out of play. And we'll have a face-off back in the Fort Wayne zone. I wonder if that went off the mask of Munson, perhaps.
Yeah, definitely took off of something and went up there high into the safety netting. And really like on that play, you know, that might be a situation where a guy would dish it out on that opportunity, but I like the fact that Daoul shot that puck at the circle. You know, he's had the hot stick right now. We talked about the goal-scoring streak coming in at 4 games, and why not? Just keep shooting the puck there. He's a prolific guy as far as offensive talents are concerned here at this level, and I like that he'd like to take the shot. There's a little bit of traffic in front as well.
And along with that, anytime I see a goaltender have a shaky goal allowed, I want to pepper that net every single time. And
absolutely.
Believe me, that Iceman first goal was a pretty shaky one, to be sure, on goaltender Patrick Munson. So keep firing the rubber his way and see if he makes more saves or maybe has a couple more errors, perhaps. The Icemen with a turnover in their own zone out to center ice. So the Komets will kill a little more time, and now it's Fort Wayne with a steal. Bad communication there. Fort Wayne shorthanded, and Carlson forced to make a save off the stick of Drake Rimsha. That was not a good look there for Jacksonville, and Carlson has to be sharp there to keep this game 1-0.
Yeah, and Coach Christie already sliding down where that gap is on the bench where these guys on the power play are going to be sitting down, and I'm sure he's going to have a couple of words there. And as these guys got to be a little bit more. Have more control there. It's 2 bad passes here in the last attempted on this power play that resulted in turnovers, and that one led to actual offensive chance for Fort Wayne. And you know the Icemen, they've been plagued with issues there up on the power play, you know, leading the league with the most shorthanded goals allowed.
Jacksonville on the power play is 16th overall in the league at 15.9%, and another steal by Fort Wayne. Another save by Carlson. Rebound into the corner on another poor effort there from Jacksonville just to clear the zone. Fort Wayne once more trying to skate with it as Rimsha. Finally, Mingo stands his man up and allows Alexi Daoud to take over. But just 37 seconds to go on this power play. Fort Wayne's penalty kill only 21st in the league, 79.8%. They've been looking good on this penalty kill thus far, but there's still a little time to go. The Icemen do take it into the Komet zone. Shaw looks to clear, can't do it yet. Gallipo turns to his forehand. Feeds it to an open teammate, and it's knocked out the length of the ice by Matthew Bowdens. Just 13 seconds to go on the power play. One final rush, perhaps, if Mingo can accelerate through center ice with some speed. And he does. Takes it over the blue line. By himself for now. He'll backhand behind the net. Verpass on his backhand. Takes a hit from Hedden. Thrower pinches in to keep the puck in the zone for now. Komets get it back. They'll toss it out to center ice on a bounce. And Jacksonville will take over from there. Dalton Thrower looks to knock it away from Bayless. Bayless, who had just come out of the penalty box. It goes deep into the Jacksonville zone, but the Icemen do have possession. John Albert stick handles behind his own net on the backhand for Bobby Lynch. Lynch dropping it back for Albert, who will skate through center. Chipping in, Lynch chases after it. Verpass just ahead of him by a stride. Verpass around the wall, and the Komets easily out of their own end. It is going to be backhand into Jacksonville territory by Ben Jones. First on the puck is Fort Wayne, Jermaine Lowen. A big guy out there at 6'4", 215, but the Icemen strip the puck loose from him and work it to the red line. Bobby Lynch drives it around the boards on the clear in. 1-0 Jacksonville, 9:35 to go in the first period on a goal from Brendan Warren, set up by Alexi Daou and Wasey Rabbit. Jacksonville clears out. Could be icing if it reaches the line, but it checks up and slows down. We will play on. Fort Wayne with the puck and the clear out. It's Petrozelli ahead for Jenks, whose bomb from 50 feet away goes over the crossbar. A.J. Jenks stick handles with it all the way to the blue line, then backhands it back behind the net. Nobody home for the Komets. It's going to be Shapiro collecting it and playing it to the neutral zone. Haas for Fort Wayne, for Petrozelli. Wheeling it around. Comes to the near side wall. Chase Lang tries to kick it out of the zone, or at least deflect it away. Stays in for now. Jenks knocks it a little further into the zone. Shapiro playing it ahead. Jenks knocked it out of midair. Shapiro will try again, and he gets bumped off the puck. Gets it back behind the net. It is Lidsman for Clark. He can't clear it either. Back into the corner to the right of Carlson, and a little pressure here from the Komets. Sidlowski with a pass right through the slot. Nobody home. Shapiro finally drives it off the boards and out to center. There's a man in deep for Fort Wayne, so they cannot get it into the zone yet. They had to check up and wait. Now they knock it in. And it's the Komets first on the puck. Sidlowski for Gallipo, a one-timer denied by Carlson, coming way out of his crease to cut off the angle. And he'll have it go right into his midsection for the face-off.
Yeah, Fort Wayne that time getting comfortable in the zone, very much as Jacksonville did earlier in the first half of this period. But a couple of good looks there. That big shot there on the one-timer by Gallipo, and Carlson able to see that one all the way in. No real traffic was set up there in front of Carlson. He saw that puck well, but right now Fort Wayne getting a little comfortable here in the O-zone.
They've got a phenomenal top line in Brady Shaw, Brett McKenzie, and Sean Sidlowski. All three of them have at least 36 points. They are a force to be reckoned with. They are out there right now. It is the Icemen trying to clear out of the zone. Shiplow very fortunate to work it free to Mingo, who slaps it off the boards and out. Could be icing. They will wave it off. And behind the net, now it's Jacksonville with a forecheck. Warren hustles for it. Sidlowski beats him by a stride. He'll play it around to the near side. Nobody home yet. Rabbit moves into forecheck on Verpass. Verpass just shovels it out to center. Mingo getting it free for Rabbit. Rabbit for Mingo. Touch pass for Daou, then for Warren. Beats his man, and a wrist shot up high. Save is made by Munson. Got it with a shoulder and had it drop down into his catching mitt for the draw with 7:31 to go. Shots on goal shows it even at 5-5, but the Icemen, I feel, at playing Fort Wayne right now, and they do have the 1-0 lead to show for it.
Yeah, they do. They're getting the better looks, let's say, the better chances. Some of the shots that Fort Wayne's had, they're getting traffic to the net. They're creating some turnovers, but a lot of the shots have been from the outside or up high there, where the Icemen have actually had some good-looking chances, like that last one right there by Warren, and, of course, the one that was an odd-looking goal for Warren but counted. So Jacksonville's getting their looks right now, and really like the start for the Icemen here in this first period.
Bobby Lynch centers a line with John Albert in the slot. Mike Hedden on the left. Couple of veterans with the youngster and Bobby Lynch. Fort Wayne wins the faceoff. They'll play it into Jacksonville territory, and losing the puck as thrower. It comes free to Fort Wayne. They shoot it just wide off the stick of Lowen. Thrower thought the puck was on his stick, and he tried to outlet it, and there was no puck there for him to clear it away. Now it's Hedden up the left for Lynch. Smart play by Lynch just to clear it out of the zone safely. I wish actually that Jacksonville would do more of that sometimes.
Yeah.
And just make the safe play and get it out instead of trying to make a fancy play and hope to catch a breakout. Now it is the Icemen with it. They've got numbers if they hustle. Saucer pass for Hedden into the zone. Trying to go back the opposite wing for Albert. Back for Hedden. It deflects up to the blue line. One-timer just wide off the stick of Shapiro. It is loose on the bouncing puck, but it comes free to the Komets. And skating out is Jones. Jones to the red line before snapping it in. Carlson will play it ahead to Shapiro. Shapiro for Lidsman. Lidsman, good look ahead for Emerson Clark. Clark into the corner. Tries to center. It's deflected to the line for Shapiro. Shapiro playing it around the wall and behind the net for Clark. Clark with a centering pass. It's deflected into the opposite corner. Gallipo beats a man for the puck, but it's stolen back. Man is open in Clark, but the pass was deflected away. Dowda had the right idea, trying to set up Clark, He just couldn't connect. It was well defended by the Komets, and now it's Fort Wayne with a centering feed. That's deflected out to center ice, and a foot race for the puck. Clark just missed getting there ahead of Stewart. Would have been a breakaway had they been able to. Now it's Jacksonville clearing it ahead. Lang fights for the puck. He'll beat Stewart to the puck this time, but his pass is deflected away by Stewart and cleared out by the Komets. McKenzie 1-on-2 for now. Shiplow defends. McKenzie waits for help. Pass is deflected out to center ice. Fort Wayne at the red line. Verpass. Around the boards we go. McKenzie first on it. Behind the net for Shaw. In the slot all alone. And a glove save by Carlson. Sidlowski all alone right between the hash marks, and Carlson is there for the glove save. 5:30 to go. It's 1-0 Jacksonville. This is Jacksonville Icemen hockey on ECHL.TV and on Mixlr.
Full and half-season Icemen Elite memberships are currently on sale. Elite memberships offer discounted ticket pricing and guarantees you the same seats to enjoy all of the action. As an Elite member, you will be invited to attend exclusive events throughout the season, receive merchandise and parking discounts, and even meet the team. Monthly payment plans are also available. Packages start as low as $260. For more information, contact the Icemen office at 904-602-PUCK or log on to JacksIcemen.com. Icemen Hockey, feel the freeze.
Ever wish we could get a new house?
Yes, and Community First is freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days, and they pay closing costs.
Ever wish we didn't hire your cousin to fix our leaky roof?
Just keep mopping.
Ready for a new home? The home team at Community First can help by freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days and paying your closing costs. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First, love where you bank. Equal housing lender.
Sign up for ECHL TV and watch every ECHL game live online. Follow your favorite teams at home and on the road. With live streaming available on your PC, iPad, and iPhone, you'll never be too far away from the action. Never miss a big goal. Relive your favorite ECHL moments in the video archives. And catch every game from around the league live. If ECHL hockey is on, it's on ECHL.TV.
Back to live action. The Icemen forechecking in. They steal the puck in the offensive end. Mingo tried the bank shot, nearly got it to go. Munson had his skate off that short side post by a couple of inches or so, and Mingo almost found that little opening.
You know, and he's done that before. He did that in a game earlier in the month in Atlanta. He was able to bank one off the skate of, I believe, the goaltender Chris Snell, and in a very similar situation, banked it off the skate and went in. So, you know, get it to the net. Sometimes good things will happen, and Mingo's been around the game long enough and around the league to know that to do just that, and he did so there. But Munson not fooled this time.
John Albert on the faceoff for the Icemen with Bobby Lynch and Ian McKinnon. The Icemen win the draw. Thrower behind the net, looking for Albert all the way to the far half boards. John Albert to the line, wristed back in by Harrison. They'll try the near side this time. Thrower pinches in. Big hit by Jacksonville. McKinnon just blasted a man, and somebody's going after McKinnon immediately. And we've got a yard sale on the ice right now. It's McKinnon against Ben Jones, and McKinnon is wailing away at Jones. Jones wanted him. Jones got him.
Yeah, you mess with the kids from Whitby, Ontario, the Clark brothers, and, of course, Ian McKinnon. Those Whitby boys, they're tough. And, boy, a big hit there by McKinnon. And then, of course, Jones came over to stick up for his teammate and maybe bit off a little bit more than he could chew right there. As McKinnon with the, as they say, the unofficial win there on that one. But he threw a couple blows there before dragging him down to the ice.
That was Jones's first penalty for Fort Wayne. Granted, it's only 4 games. 5 tonight, but he had not even been in the penalty box. But I'm sure that'll draw him an extra couple of points in the locker room, but it certainly isn't going to draw him any points in that bout. And we'll have to see if it's just 5 minutes each for fighting. And I wonder, honestly, if Jones maybe gets an extra for instigating potential.
There was not a penalty coming up for the hit, and Jones went over and grabbed McKinnon. So if anything, if there is any situation here, Jones should get a penalty here for starting it, but again, you understand why that he did. You know, you're sticking up. That's what you want to see, guys sticking up for one another. But we'll see how they decide to play this out. But good little tough scrap there, and McKinnon, a guy that's the reason why he's here right now. You know, he's a guy that can mix it up a little bit. If you recall, opening night, 7 seconds into the season, he went with Greenville's Howe there in that fight. And Only really played 3 games, and then with the team got his first pro goal in a game at Fort Wayne. But outside of that, he was kind of victim to the numbers game the Icemen have when all the affiliates were sending players down. And I know Coach Christie happy to bring him back because he does kind of bring that grit and that edge that the team's kind of been lacking here in the last month or so.
It does not appear as if there's going to be a power play for either team here, at least not yet. However, Alexander Ross, the referee, does come back to the scorer's table. And there's only 4 guys on the ice for Fort Wayne, at least for now. So maybe it will be a power play for Jacksonville.
Yeah, I think it's
the
right
door
call.
is opening.
I mean, if there wasn't a penalty on the hit, which there wasn't, because I looked for the referee's arm, it did not come up, then you would understand it being even here. But, if he's going to let the hit go, and then he thought it was clean, then, of course, the Jones coming over and dropping the gloves and initiating the fight. And there's a power play coming up here for Jacksonville.
Second attempt. Fort Wayne does win the draw. They'll slam it down and roll it on edge behind the Jacksonville net. But the Icemen with a nice opportunity here, already up by a goal and with a power play looking for more. Top power play unit is on. It is Daou easily clearing it into the zone. Chase Lang with a drop pass to the blue line. Mingo couldn't get there in time. He'll have to play it into the neutral ice. Good look cross ice. Warren wrists it around the boards. Hustling after it is Lang. Verpass behind the net. Picked off there by Daou. Plays it to the line. Jacksonville keeping it in the zone. Puck bounces for Brendan Warren. He has the Icemen goal. Warren behind the net. Plays it to Daou, right circle. But it jumped over his stick and comes back out into Jacksonville territory. Mingo slams it ahead for Daou. Fortunate to get away from a double team for Fort Wayne. They do get it free to center. Pass intended for Rabbit. Picked off and cleared out to center once more. Mingo is going to skate deep into his own zone. Shifts away from a forechecker. Now he'll start the charge. Over the red line, then the blue. Clean entry into the zone. Mingo slams it around the wall. First on it there is Hedden. Got hit from behind. Clark holds it in behind the net for Lynch. Lynch on his forehand. Left wing circle. To the blue line we go. It is Shiplow for Clark at the top of the right circle. Winds and fires. It is deflected away. Comes up high for the Komets. And Gallipo will flip it out back behind the Jacksonville net. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Fort Wayne looks for a steal, but it's picked off there by Jacksonville. Here comes Lynch trying to create an odd man rush. Lynch with some speed over the blue line. Beats his man wide and takes it into the corner. Around the boards for Clark, right circle. Clark with a saucer pass. Shiplow winds and fires. Save is made. Rebound, Fort Wayne. Munson thought that he had it in his catching glove, but he never did. He was fortunate that the Komets were the ones who ended up with that rebound. As the Komets play it into the Jacksonville end. Team's about to go to full strength as Chase Lang has it at center ice. Lowen out of the penalty box as he served the extra penalty for Jones. 1-0 Jacksonville. 2:34 to go in the first period. Icemen with the puck at center. It's Dowda over the blue line. For Lang on the right. Looking for a shot pass for Dowda. Couldn't get the redirect. At the blue line, Harrison holds it in. His shot is blocked. Comes into the corner for Stewart for Fort Wayne. He'll chip it into the air and out to center ice. Dalton Thrower first on it ahead of Petrozelli. D-to-D for Harrison. Ahead it's Dowda. Over the blue line, a kick pass for Warren. Warren by himself for the moment, tries to wait for help. Dowda got a piece of it, knocking it free for Warren. To the blue line for Harrison. Harrison's shot is blocked, but he holds it in. Warren into the corner against Gallipo. Helping out there is Daou. Dowda is there also. Fort Wayne finally knocks it free, but I like the grit there from Jacksonville to keep things moving along the wall.
Yeah, very swarming type mindset there along the boards, and it's allowed Jacksonville to keep sequences alive in the offensive zone, and that's something that they got to get back to as well. And you see what happens, pays big dividends when they do.
Yeah, they've played very well in this first period. They are deserving of this 1-0 lead, even if the goal itself was kind of a gift from Fort Wayne. I'd say that Jacksonville is worthy of the edge that they have right now. I would say that without really any hesitation. Faceoff is in the Icemen zone. Right side of Adam Carlson. Wasey Rabbit takes it and wins it. It is Mingo wristing it around the boards. Deflects to the blue line, and it's going to be called a hand pass against the Komets. Sidlowski held the puck in at the blue line with his hand, but it went right to his teammate. And that'll bring the faceoff out to neutral ice. Coming up in the first intermission, we'll have your ECHL Plays of the Week. So stick around for that. And And of course, plenty more hockey here as well, as Fort Wayne's going to be called for icing. Careless play there from the Komets, I believe. They could have easily gotten to center ice, but they never did. And we'll bring it all the way into Fort Wayne territory. Jacksonville, I should mention, by the way, this is their first home game since the jersey switch. Midway point of the season, you always go from the dark jerseys at home to the light jerseys at home. And I say light, not white, because Jacksonville is now in what I'm hoping is their light gray jerseys, which hopefully will be their home jerseys the rest of the way, barring specialty jerseys. Fort Wayne the other way. It's a breakaway for Shaw. He will score. 1-1 on Brady Shaw's 17th goal of the season. He's the 10th leading scorer in the entire ECHL. It is not a guy you want all alone moving in on your goaltender. And a great deke from forehand to backhand, beating Carlson to the glove side. 1-1 with 1:22 to go in the first.
Well, we're just giving praise to the Icemen about winning the period and getting off to a good start here, which they certainly have. You can't take that away from them, but they didn't really finish the period. They're not going in with that lead that really gives you that boost. And that was just a little slip play. That pass angled perfectly off the boards and allowed Shaw to get behind the defenseman, winning on that breakaway chance, and a nice move to finish it off. And now we're tied at 1.
So the Icemen will look to regroup. They're trying to play it out of their own zone. They can't do it yet. Lynch first on it on his forehand, curls to the backhand, throws it back behind his own net. Thrower for Harrison, around the wall for Hedden. Hedden at center ice, waits for a man, and he picks one up in Albert. He's got Lynch with him. Albert beats a man wide. Forehand save is made by Munson. Rebound back into the corner. Albert hustles for it, but the Komets are there just a stride ahead. Hedden at the blue line. He will hold it in. So Jacksonville with a good shift after giving up the lead as Bobby Lynch forechecks deep into Fort Wayne territory. We're down to 35 seconds to go in the period. Can the Icemen get the puck to the blue line? No, but they do keep the puck in the zone offensively. Hedden trying to wrestle the puck loose. It comes free for Dowda. Dowda for Lynch. All the way to the slot. It's deflected out to center by the Komets. Just 21 seconds to go in the period. Shapiro will wrist it around the wall. Fort Wayne first on it. Gallipo tossing it where? Out of play. On a deflection. Faceoff will be in the Komet zone with 12.5 seconds to go in the period. So one last chance on an offensive zone draw for the Icemen. Jacksonville out shooting the Komets 9-8 in this period, but they did just lose their lead on a breakaway goal from Brady Shaw. Assisting were Sean Sidlowski and Jason Binkley at 18:38 of period number 1. Faceoff is to the right of Munson. Adam Dowda for Jacksonville is tossed from the draw. Emerson Clark will have to take it instead. A.J. Jenks opposes him. That is Fort Wayne's team captain. The Icemen do win the faceoff. Lang, far side half boards, tries to knock it free to the blue line. Can he get it there? Not yet. Lang with a shot towards goal. It is blocked. Shapiro with 2 seconds left. Couldn't get the shot towards goal. That was also blocked. And time will expire, ending period number 1. Jacksonville does outshoot Fort Wayne 9-8. They had the lead for a good portion of the period, but the Komets tie it late. For the Icemen, Brendan Warren, his 7th goal of the year from Alexi Daou and Wasey Rabbit at 6:44 of the first period. Coming back to tie it, Brady Shaw, his 17th at 18:38. We will go to break and return with your ECHL Plays of the Week. Stick around for that, and of course we'll have your preview of the second period ahead as well. This is Jacksonville Icemen Hockey on ECHL.TV and on Mixlr.
Full and half-season Icemen Elite memberships are currently on sale. Elite memberships offer discounted ticket pricing and guarantees you the same seats to enjoy all of the action. As an Elite member, you will be invited to attend exclusive events throughout the season, receive merchandise and parking discounts, and even meet the team. Monthly payment plans are also available. Packages start as low as $260. For more information, contact the Icemen office at 904-602-PUCK or log on to jacksicemen.com. Icemen Hockey, feel the freeze.
Ever wish we could get a new house?
Yes, and Community First is freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days, and they pay closing costs.
Ever wish we didn't hire your cousin to fix our leaky roof?
Just keep mopping.
Ready for a new home? The home team at Community First can help by freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days and paying your closing costs. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First. Love where you bank. Equal housing lender.
Sign up for ECHL TV and watch every ECHL game live online. Follow your favorite teams at home and on the road. With live streaming available on your PC, iPad, and iPhone, you'll never be too far away from the action. Never miss a big goal. Relive your favorite ECHL moments in the video archives. And catch every game from around the league live. If ECHL hockey is on, it's on ECHL.TV.
The Jacksonville Icemen offer discounted tickets for groups of 10 or more. Whether it's a company outing, a group from your school or church, or just a gathering of friends, the Icemen can help you set up a night of fun at a discounted cost. Other benefits include an intermission ride on the popular Fan Zam, a post-game group photo, or take a shot on net after the game. Ticket fundraisers are also available. For more information, contact the Icemen office at 904-602-PUCK. That's 904-602-7825, or visit us online at jacksiceman.com. Icemen Hockey, feel the freeze.
Ever wish we didn't have so many bank fees? Ouch!
We should get a free checking account at Community First. They even give you a cash bonus. Ouch!
Ever wish we had just bought a jar of honey instead of harvesting it?
Ow! Bad bee!
Have you heard the buzz? Community First is giving up to $200 cash bonuses when you open a free checking account with direct deposit. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First. Love where you bank. NCUA insured.
NHL players have amazing talent, and some of the very best developed right here in the ECHL.
Beagles in, he scores!
Now, follow all your favorite ECHL alumni every night on NHL Network's primetime hockey show, NHL Tonight.
Both teams recognize how big this matchup is.
Fire save by Dubik. Rebound!
Goosebump stuff. NHL Tonight, every night 6 Eastern on NHL Network.
If you feel that passion is just a start, if you think practice is never over, if you believe speed limits are just for highways, and Saturday mornings aren't made for cartoons, if you try, fail, learn, laugh, repeat, compete, respect, and unite, then you belong on our team. Join now at team.ccmhockey.com.
The Jacksonville Icemen are always looking to give back to the communities of North Florida. The team offers a ticket fundraising program that many local nonprofits and schools and charitable organizations can take advantage of. The program is simple. Your organization sells tickets to an Icemen home game, and a portion of each ticket purchase will go directly to your cause. This is a fun and easy way to raise money and gain exposure for your organization or school. For more information, contact the Icemen office at 904-602-PUCK. That's 904-602-7825, or log on to jacksiceman.com.
Fans, don't forget that you, your friends, or coworkers can enjoy the exciting action of Icemen hockey comfortably above the ice in a spacious luxury suite or at ice level with our new ice boxes, available for all Icemen home games. Both options offer food and drink and make for a great way to entertain your company's employees and top clients. For more information and to check game date availability, contact the Icemen office at 904-602-PUCK or log on to jacksiceman.com. Icemen hockey, feel the freeze.
From across America's premier AA hockey league, this is the ECHL Plays of the Week.
High slot, slap shot, off the glove, and in! Now toward the net, he scores!
From across America's premier AA hockey league, this is the ECHL Plays of the Week.
High slot, slap shot, off the glove, and in! Now toward the net, he scores! Slip back out to the blue line, shot, scores! Rodney scores! Let's rewrite the record book! It's a hat trick. He skates in over the line. Deeks shoots, scores! In the slot, shot, save, game is over!
Hey ECHL fans, this is Jared Chaffrin, voice of the South Carolina Stingrays, and it's time for another edition of the ECHL Plays of the Week. It was a historic night for the Maine Mariners last Friday as they put up a season and franchise high 8 goals in a rout of the Worcester Railers in Portland. 7 different Mariners registered multi-point games, but the story of the night was a 58-second span between the 6:02 and 7-minute mark of the second period, in which the Mariners scored 3 goals.
McNicholas got knocked down behind the play. He's slow getting up. He was actually tangled with Salaturo, and the Mariners have scored again! Greg Chase down the right side, 3 goals in 58 seconds. It's 5-1.
That was Michael Keeley on the Mariners Broadcast Network. Maine went on to win the game 8-1. The Indy Fuel welcomes Spencer Watson back into the lineup after a stint in the American Hockey League, and his presence was immediately felt. The fastest 20-goal scorer in Fuel history scored twice Saturday night to lead a 6-goal outburst for the Fuel in a 6-1 victory over Atlanta. This finish put the game away.
Conway ahead to the Fuel line. Puck dropped for Malatesta, but Plouffe takes it away from him. 2-on-1 developing for Indy. Watson across the line. Drops it for Plouffe. Into the left circle. Over to Watson. He shoots and scores. Spencer Watson with a textbook finish on the 2-on-1. His second goal of the night. The Fuel lead at 5-1.
That was Andrew Smith on IndyFuelHockey.com with the call. That goal gave Watson 22 for the year, second in the ECHL. The Reading Royals are 15-0 at home this season when scoring first. They used this opening strike from former Washington Capital Garrett Mitchell to defeat the North's top dog, Newfoundland.
The toolbox.
He maintained his balance. He was body checked shoulder to shoulder, but kept control of the puck.
A slot rip, backhand score! A falling goal and a beauty! It's Garrett Mitchell on his stomach for a 1-0 Royals lead. 7:16 to go in the first, and a grinding goal from the captain.
Reading's captain Mitchell has 5 of his 9 goals against the Growlers this season. David Fine and Pat Richards with the call on the Royals Broadcast Network. In the rubber match of Kalamazoo's 3-game season series against Tulsa, the two teams seemed destined for a third straight overtime game. Locked at 2-2 in the second period, goaltender Jake Hildebrand raced out to play the puck, but quickly it changed hands, leaving an empty net. Veteran defenseman Eric Catalyst saved the day.
Catalyst back ahead. Ike Capelli weaving through the neutral zone. Into the offensive zone. He's poke checked, though, at the line by Ward. Good check, though, by Sorensen, but now Samper hustles after it. Hildebrand out of his net to play, and McKee fires. It's blocked by Catalyst. He went across the crease, dove, and blocked the shot with Hildebrand out of the net.
Later in the game, Matt Icapelli forced overtime with a breakaway goal late in the third period for the K-Wings, and he wasn't done yet. 40 seconds into overtime, Icapelli called game.
He's chased by Ike Capelli. It comes free, and Ike Capelli's got a breakaway the whole length of the ice. Ike Capelli can win it. In on Fitzpatrick. Backhand, he scores! Matty Ike Capelli wins it. He tied it in the third. He wins it on a breakaway 40 seconds into overtime. Ike Capelli's the hero with 2 goals late in this game, and Kalamazoo takes it 4-3 in overtime, his second overtime winner of the season.
That was John Peterson on AM 1660 The Fan in Kalamazoo, while making his return to his former home in Tulsa, Oklahoma. On Martin Luther King Day, the Atlanta Gladiators took on their biggest rival, the Greenville Swamp Rabbits, in a wild seesaw battle, with Atlanta jumping out to a 2-0 early lead in the second on a pair of Tommy Marchand goals. Greenville responded with 3 unanswered tallies to take a 3-2 lead. The Glads then tied it up at 3-3, but then the Swamp Rabbits scored 2 more to take a 5-3 edge. The two teams would exchange goals again to make it 6-4, and the Gladiators would pull within 6-5 before all-star Tommy Marchand had his time to shine.
Under 9 minutes to play. Glad's control it here. This one in front. Helbig with a shot. This one is in the back of the net for a goal, and we're all tied at 6.
The goal gave Marchand a hat trick that he followed up with another 3 goals 2 days later in the ECHL's All-Star Classic. That call came from Ira Liebman on the Gladiators radio network. However, in overtime, Cameron Nault broke through at 4:48 of the extra session to send the Swamp Rabbits home with the win. Here's the call of that OT game winner from Jordan Coons on the Swamp Rabbits broadcast network.
McPherson bats the puck away, and now Greenville has numbers. It's a 3-on-1. It's McPherson to the right wing, deals it. Nault scores! Cameron Nault, the overtime winner, and the Swamp Rabbits win it in overtime. 7-6, the final.
On Saturday, the Worcester Railers were deadlocked with the Maine Mariners at 1 apiece at the DCU Center on Marvel Superhero Night. With 1:38 to go in regulation, Ross Olson would be Captain America for Worcester.
47 to go in the period. All tied at 1. Here's Ross Olson for the Railers. Drops it back for Shane Walsh. Right circle. Callan over to Walsh. Huska makes the save. The Railers score! Wow! Ross Olson gives the Railers a 2-1 lead with 1:38 to go in regulation.
That was Cam McGuire with the call on 98.9 Nash Icon as Olson's 10th goal of the season held up for the game winner. In the Idaho Steelheads win Friday night in Kansas City, Captain A.J. White took the helm early with a takeaway that led to a goal which kicked off the scoring. Here's the call from Colin Shuck on 1350 KTIK AM The Ticket.
This is part of another 3-3 for them on the road. White comes into the high slot, dips left side, looking for the shot, he scores! A.J. White slides it through the 5-0 of Parsons as he came in 2-on-1. His second straight game with a goal and 10th of the year, and the Steelheads take the 1-0 lead.
White would also score the only shootout goal of the game and is now 3 for 5 in shootouts this season with 2 game-winning goals this year. And finally, playing for the first time since December 4th, Florida Everblades goaltender Cam Johnson returned from a 2-month absence with one of the best performances of his career on Saturday night against the Jacksonville Icemen. Facing the same team he was injured against in early December, Johnson turned out a career-high 37 shots between regulation and overtime, and then denied all 3 skaters he faced in the shootout to give the Blades their 5th straight win. Here's Johnson's game-winning save from Saturday.
At least one more shot, left-handed shooter, down the middle, cuts right, slowly to the front of that, waits, blasted, save! Johnson stops it, and the Blades win! The Blades beat the Icemen in a shootout!
That's the voice of the Everblades, Dan Corcoran with the call on WJBX News Talk and More. And that's it for this edition of the ECHL Plays of the Week. For all my fellow broadcasters, this is Jared Shaffron in South Carolina, wishing everyone another great week of hockey, and I hope you enjoy the Super Bowl on Sunday. Thanks for tuning in.
And we are back, just about ready for the second period, along with Alex Reed, Arlie Johnson with you on ECHL.TV and on Mixlr, as we are watching a few highlights on ECHL.TV, if you happen to be anyway. And we are just about ready for the start of the second period. Reader, I think a really solid first period from Jacksonville, especially considering it's their first home game in a couple of weeks for Jacksonville. They really took it to the Komets there.
Yeah, I thought so early in the period there. And, of course, really the major, there are 2 blemishes there. It would be maybe some turnovers in the defensive zone for Jacksonville. They need to kind of tighten that up a little bit. But then, of course, the goal there. But it was just a good play there by Shaw. I mean, he's one of their top guys, and that was just an excellent play, and was able to work around the defenseman to get that chance. Aside that, a good first period. Icemen just need to continue to do what they did here in the first here and carry that over here into the second.
And it's the Icemen with a chance. A bomb and a save is made. Rebound blocked in front, still loose. Swept away towards the blue line, at the line, in play, still in the zone. Great play by Shiplow to keep it in the zone. Fort Wayne gets it back finally. They'll play it up the right wing side, but Albert with a steal, and he'll knock it back behind the net. Excellent opening shift here from Jacksonville. It still isn't out. Finally, the Komets will work it free and into Jacksonville territory. That was a fantastic opening shift. Dejan Mingo had a bomb from about 50 feet away that was denied by Munson. Now it's Mingo into the zone for Clark, trying to throw it towards net. It just deflected behind the goal. Mingo has had a very long shift towards the blue line, held in by Chase Harrison. Harrison knocks it off the wall. Olivier Gallipo takes it off the boards, held in briefly by Harrison, stood a man up right at the Jacksonville benches, and the Komets track it down in their own zone. Chase Stewart, right wing side. Headman pass goes by everybody. Harrison first on it for the Icemen to the right of his netminder. Jacksonville and Fort Wayne tied at 1. Outlet attempt and a clear from Jacksonville. That goes by everyone. This will be called icing, and the draw will come into Jacksonville territory with 18:31 to go in the second period. The Icemen skating from our right to left, attacking towards our left. As the draw comes to the left side of Adam Carlson. Adam Dowd on the faceoff for the Icemen. And it's won cleanly by Fort Wayne. Binkley closes and fires, and a save is made by Carlson. That was a tricky one. There was traffic in front. Carlson almost jumped up into the air to make that save with his midsection. And he'll create another faceoff right back where it came from.
Yeah, Adam Carlson, and you say it again, I mean, he gives the Icemen a chance to win just pretty much every night. And when you look at his numbers, they may not be the most attractive numbers, but those numbers are not quite a good measurement or barometer of how really well he's played this year.
No, it'd be nice to have a strong defense in front of them every game. They've had it on occasion, the Icemen have, but just not consistently enough to create good numbers for a season's worth of statistics for Carlson, as the Komets have to track it down in their own zone, trying to play it ahead. Held in by Wasey Rabbit briefly, but it comes out to center. Foot race for the puck at the Komet blue line. Brendan Warren slams it in behind the net of Munson. Munson will play it himself around the wall. Jacksonville got a piece of it, but not enough to hold it in. At center ice, there's a touch play by Shapiro, knocking it loose for Daou, then for Rabbit. Rabbit, what a pass for Warren, all alone, and a save by Munson. Got just enough with the left shoulder. What a feed that was from Wasey Rabbit. Great vision on his part, as Warren nearly connected for his second goal of the night. Now it's Rabbit with a steal, looking for Warren. That forehand is deflected into the corner. Warren gets it back to the blue line for Shapiro. Shapiro steps a man around a man, tries to kick it ahead. Komets take it away. They've got numbers the other way if they can keep possession, but they cannot. It will deflect into the Jacksonville zone. Chris Leidsman with it there for the Icemen. Up the left for Hedden, who will deflect in behind the net of Munson. Munson around the wall, stolen by Jacksonville. Held in by Hedden. Hedden in his return from injury, missed several games for the Icemen, but he is back in there tonight. And hopefully will make an impact before this game is done. He does have a steal right now. Over the blue line, it's Hedden with the puck. Hedden closes and fires. The save is made. Almost right on cue there was Mike Hedden with that opportunity. But Munson with a couple of big saves lately as the Komets will ice the puck. And Jacksonville with more chances. Hedden just a moment ago, and it was Brendan Warren just before that.
Yeah, and a great job here by Jacksonville getting some shots. They already got 4 here in the period, and they're getting some looks here. And this team, this Iceman team, you know, you can kind of criticize them a little bit for maybe not shooting enough when they've had opportunities to do so. Seen them so many times with good looks to shoot, and they try to maybe make that nice play with a pass instead. But the team kind of seems to have a shoot-first mindset here tonight, and that's what Jason Christie wants to see. And this is coming off a game in which the Icemen had 41 shots on Monday in Orlando.
And the Icemen are looking for more. Mingo from the blue line. Shot is deflected wide. That would have been a tester had it been on net. It didn't miss by much. Man got hit from behind from Jacksonville. No call. We will play on as the Icemen keep it in. Shiplow shifting around Sidlowski, trying to get it by him. Sidlowski get a piece of it. Fort Wayne shovels it out of the zone. One-on-one for the Komets. Shaw's got a ton of speed. Moving to the backhand side. What a move by Brady Shaw. Carlson makes the save, and a penalty is coming on Jacksonville. Oh, my goodness. That would have been #1 play of the week for sure, I think, for Brady Shaw, had he gotten it by Carlson. So a great save, but, man, that was a jaw-dropping move from the outside in and then back to the outside again for the backhander.
It really was, and without question, I mean, he already had a pretty-looking goal in the first period. It's tough to think that he could have had another one prettier, but that one would have done it without question. A couple of moves there with a man really kind of right in his face, almost, you know, kind of like chest to chest there. He's still able to make some moves and work it around him. And I think the aftermath of that opportunity, which went for naught, results in a penalty right now being forced here by Jacksonville, and they're going to have to kill off a penalty and go up against a very good power play unit, Arlie, in Fort Wayne.
Second overall in the league, 25%. If you're connecting 1 out of 4 on your power play, you are really doing something right. Jacksonville's penalty kill, 14th in the ECHL at 82.2%. As Jacksonville falls down on the puck in the offensive zone, trying to kill some time. Pretty smart move there by Brendan Warren. It is finally dislodged by the Komets. They've got it at their own line. Carrying the puck for Fort Wayne, Matthew Bowdens. Into the zone and around the wall we go. Rimsha rims it around behind the Jacksonville net, comes around to the opposite side. Rabbit hustles for the puck, cannot get there first. Carlson making a save on a bouncing puck in front. Jones for Bowdens, left wing circle. Back for Jones at the half wall, far side. Centering feed, deflected away by Rabbit. Good stick there defensively. Komets still have possession, and 1:13 to go on this power play. Puck goes behind the Jacksonville net. It is Jones around the boards. Around for Jenks and then back for Jones. Warren defends on him. Jones at the left circle, sharp angle shot. Carlson with the easy save. Shouldn't say easy, but a save nonetheless, and he'll take the face-off, and smart play by Carlson to gobble that puck up and get the face-off, because Jacksonville is starting to get pretty tired out there.
Yeah, they were, and they were out there for a little bit of time. They needed a change, and Adam Carlson, he's wise enough to know that, recognize those situations, that let's slow it down here a little bit. And, of course, more than that, he was kind of forced to in that situation. But I've seen many opportunities this year where he's just jumped on top of a puck when he realized things were getting a little hairy. So Carlson making a nice stop right here as we're just under halfway mark of this power play.
Komets win the draw. They've got their top unit on right now. They are dangerous as can be. Sidlowski down low, centering feed, blocked in front. I think it was maybe Bobby Lynch who maybe prevented that shot from going on goal. It would have been an open net. I'm not sure if maybe they fanned on it or if maybe Lynch maybe lifted a stick. Either way, Fort Wayne had an open net and it never made it in the net. Komets right back into the zone, 34 seconds to go on the power play, and a steal by Jacksonville, and it's Lynch clearing at the length of the ice.
Yeah, that was a backdoor set up there across the crease and nearly worked to perfection. And again, if it was Lynch, whoever the penalty killer was there, made an excellent play to keep the puck out of the net.
Komets are onside, taking it back into the zone. Sidlowski in the slot. Wristing one just wide. It goes behind the net for the Komets, looking for the wraparound to Shaw. Nothing doing there. Shaw gets it back near side boards. Just 7 seconds to go on the power play. To the blue line, it's Sidlowski as a fourth forward. Carries it all the way down to the goal line extended. Playing it behind the net for McKenzie. McKenzie for Shaw as teams return to full strength. At the blue line, Binkley with a wrister. Deflects wide. Carlson got a piece of it. Shaw with the rebound for Fort Wayne. They still have some pressure. Shot is deflected wide. Carlson knocks it away. Could have been a breakaway the other way for Jacksonville had they been able to get possession. Instead, it's a 2-on-1. Jacksonville, Daou centering feed deflects behind the net. That almost deflected into the net as Mike Hedden will keep it in for Daou. Daou, excellent feed for Harrison. Closes, fires, save is made, rebound right by the goalpost, and Fort Wayne sweeps it away. Mike Hedden keeps it in for Jacksonville. Playing it down low for Daou. Daou, 2-on-2 in the corner with Hedden, but the Komets pull it away. Up the right side, Sidlowski. Harrison pinches in, but cannot keep the puck in the zone. Fort Wayne, Rimsha by himself. Wrister is deflected out of play by Dalton Thrower, and we will take a break in the action. 13:24 to go in period number 2. It remains Jacksonville 1, Fort Wayne 1.
The Jacksonville Icemen offer discounted tickets for groups of 10 or more. Whether it's a company outing, a group from your school or church, or just a gathering of friends, the Icemen can help you set up a night of fun at a discounted cost. Other benefits include an intermission ride on the popular Fan Zam, a post-game group photo, or take a shot on net after the game. Ticket fundraisers are also available. For more information, contact the Icemen office at 904-602-PUCK. That's 904-602-7825, or visit us online at jacksicemen.com. Icemen Hockey, feel the freeze.
Ever wish we didn't have so many bank fees? Ouch!
We should get a free checking account at Community First. They even give you a cash bonus. Ouch!
Ever wish we had just bought a jar of honey instead of harvesting it?
Ow! Bad bee!
Have you heard the buzz? Community First is giving up to $200 cash bonuses when you open a free checking account with direct deposit. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First. Love where you bank. NCUA insured.
NHL players have amazing talent, and some of the very best developed right here in the ECHL.
Beagles in, he scores.
Now, follow all your favorite ECHL alumni every night on NHL Network's primetime hockey show, NHL Tonight.
Both teams recognize how big this matchup is.
Fire save by Dubik. Rebound.
Goosebump stuff. NHL Tonight, every night 6 Eastern on NHL Network.
It's the Icemen breaking out up the right side into Fort Wayne territory. Can't quite reach the puck, however. Komets knock it free, and now in transition, it's Lowen for Fort Wayne. Rister goes around the high glass, well wide of the net. Carlson makes a save on the second attempt. Lang can't clear it out yet. It's a bouncing puck right by Carlson. Jacksonville has possession. They'll play it up the right side. Dauda getting it just over the blue line and out to center. Komets drive it back in. It's 1-1. Jacksonville against Fort Wayne, the first of 2 consecutive between these two clubs here in Jacksonville. As Lang handles the puck beautifully into the zone. Clark with a wrister. Save is made by Munson. No rebound. I think he had it trapped in his blocker, maybe inside his arm and behind his blocker for the face-off there.
Yeah, and a good rush there that time by Jacksonville and finding the open man, and it was a good play, a little crossover from the wing into the middle of the ice there by Emerson Clark, and got a good shot there in the high slot. He'd like to have taken down a little bit lower, but again, as you mentioned, it went right there into that block. Kind of got trapped in there in Munson's blocker.
Rabbit on the face-off to the right of Munson. Komets have it. Skip handling up the left is Matthew Bowdens. Bowdens tried to clear him, but it was deflected right into the Komet bench. Everybody appears to be okay there. Face-off in the neutral zone. 12:25 to go in the second period. Jacksonville out shooting Fort Wayne by a slight margin, 15-13 overall. They had a 10-9 edge after one. Rabbit, Warren, and Daou are the forward line. I think I would consider that their top line right now for the Icemen. As a long lead pass goes for Warren. It was supposed to be a breakaway pass, and Warren hustles to prevent the icing, if nothing else. And it comes free for Daou at the right wing circle. Touching it for Warren. Good cycling work by the Icemen. Rabbit in the right wing corner for Daou. Deflects to the blue line. Shiplow with a wrister. That is deflected wide. Warren tracks it down, near side glass. Rabbit turns and gets it free for Daou. Daou had his stick lifted, Fort Wayne up the glass and out to center. But another good shift there from the Icemen, trying to regain the lead. They took the lead just over 6 minutes into this game. Fort Wayne tied it late in the first period. That's all we've had so far for scoring. As the Icemen tap it into the Komet zone. Munson will play it himself off the backboards for Taylor Doherty. Doherty for Bowdens. Playing it further into his end for Verpass. Verpass out to center ice, picked off there by the Icemen. Offside will be called. Albert tried to get out to center ice before touching that puck. Didn't quite get there. So we'll bring it outside the Fort Wayne line. Just mentioned Gabriel Verpass. I will start this conversation by saying that it is Alex Reed's least favorite player in the entire ECHL. Do tell.
And you know, it's nothing personal. I'm certain he's a great guy, but because of a goal that he scored in Game 7 of a Kelly Cup Finals a couple years ago when he was a member of the Colorado Eagles, and I was the broadcaster for the Everblades. Yeah, with just 2.5 minutes left in the game, he ripped my heart out. So I see the name and I just cringe.
My heart bleeds for you, actually.
Top 2.5 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, tie game.
Tie game.
At home.
At home, or Game 7 for the Kelly Cup. And, he took it away. He just stole it. Gabriel Verpass, he just straight out stole it from me.
You know what? He's my least favorite player now in the ECHL, too.
Thank you, Arlie.
Reader.
You got my back. You're my broadcast partner.
Of course I have your back.
Exactly.
At every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody rips your heart out, I'm going after that guy.
That's right.
Okay?
Thank you so much. I'm sure he's a great guy, though.
Not to me.
And he's a pretty tough guy, and so I'm not going to say too much for my own safety.
Puck is loose, and Fort Wayne slips it just wide. Carlson thought that he had that puck covered. He did not. Now the loose puck comes free for the Icemen. They may have numbers the other way. Dauda, however, had it back-checked from Olivier Gallipeau from behind. That prevented what would have easily been a 2-on-1. But the Icemen still trying to pressure in the Fort Wayne zone. Gallipeau gets it back. And a good shift from him as he plays it up the right wing side for Sidlowski. Zidlowski into the Jacksonville zone. Wrist shot, save is made. Rebound comes free. No shot on net. Jacksonville plays it around the boards. Zidlowski mishandled it, and it goes out to center ice. Icemen catch a bit of a break there as Fort Wayne has it at the red line. Jones turns to his forehand side and wrists it in on net. Carlson leaves the puck for Shapiro, tapping it ahead. Good lead pass for Albert by himself for the moment, just trying to keep play moving. Feeds it towards the blue line, but it's picked off there by Stephen Bayless for the Komets. Bayless deking around one man, then another, but he couldn't gain the zone. It would have been offside. He'll have to play it back for Stewart, right at the penalty box doors. Batted into the air by the Komets, back into Jacksonville territory. Albert plays it off the end boards. Thrower up the right side. Nice touch pass. Lynch to Hedden. Hedden into the zone one-on-one. Tries to beat his man wide. Poke checked away by Stewart. Hedden gets it back for Albert behind the net. Albert skates to the near side wall. To the blue line, it's Harrison. Unable to set up Lynch. Now Lynch gets it back. His shot is deflected out of play. On a nice feed there from Hedden. Lynch had the opportunity, but it never made it on frame.
Yeah, I think Hedden had an opportunity there as well. He kind of lowered his shoulder. He was trying to angle his way to the top of the crease, but a good stick that time by Stewart. Made a great defensive play to knock that chance away and force Hedden to get it over there to Lynch. And, of course, before the previous whistle, a nice play on the back check by Gallipo, knocking away from Dowda, which negated another rush. So two good plays by Fort Wayne defenders. Even though they were a little bit behind on the plays, they made up for it with good stick work.
So Jacksonville is knocking on the door, but we're still waiting for, along with the goal itself, even a few more quality opportunities. They seem close to getting there, just not quite there yet. But I do like their grit in this game for sure. They're playing very well. I'd say the puck possession in the offensive zone has favored the Icemen tonight. As Fort Wayne wins the draw in their own zone, they'll skate it to center and clear in. Mingo takes the body. Excellent work there by Dejan Mingo. Ahead to the left for Warren, not out of the zone yet. Warren will get another chance, however. Shifting away from one man, he is double teamed. Puck comes free. It belongs to the Icemen again. One hand on the stick and another steal by Fort Wayne. Bowdens now gives it up. Shiplow at the blue line. Hot potato, nobody can get the handle. Finally, it comes free for Rabbit, who will clear the zone. Fort Wayne could have stolen that puck 2 or 3 times and never could. Jacksonville could have cleared the puck 2 or 3 times and also couldn't do it. Komets now knock it into the zone. Petrozelli into the corner. Goes behind the net and to the near side corner. Doherty pinches in from the blue line. Behind the goal, it's picked off there by the Icemen. Dejan Mingo has some time, plenty of time in fact, behind his own net. Plays it off the end boards to himself. To the left for Luke Shiplow. Headmanning it for Clark. Over the blue line, it's Chase Lang. Lang takes it down low for Clark into the right wing corner. All the way to the blue line, but nobody home. Comes all the way back to Leidsman, back at center ice. He was late to come onto the ice, so he hadn't gotten to his left point position yet. Now the Icemen give it up at center ice. Unforced error there, a turnover for the Icemen. Fort Wayne at their own blue line, and now a man can't find the puck in Gallipo, and the Icemen steal it. It's Clark at the right circle. Drop pass, forehand, score! Adam Dowda puts Jacksonville on top 2-1 with 7:52 to go in the second period.
Well, the Icemen taking advantage of an opportunity given to him there. A turnover, I believe, by Gallipo. The defenseman just lost the puck there in his feet. And the Icemen, with good persistence, able to get it off his stick. And a chance for Clark taking it towards the slot. Then it got knocked away. But right there in the follow-up was Dowda. Went right over the glove of the goaltender. And a big goal there. The Icemen taking advantage of a turnover and turning it into a goal, and they reclaim the lead.
Yeah, for Olivier Gallipo, who just a shift previous made a great play on a back check. He was stepped on the puck. He was standing on the puck and could not figure out how to get his foot off of the puck. Couldn't lift his leg for whatever reason. And eventually, it got taken out from underneath his skate, and that created that scoring opportunity and ultimately the goal for the Icemen. Emerson Clark, the only assist on this goal, so Jacksonville regains the lead. It's 2-1. And here come the Icemen once more. Lynch trying to beat his man wide, can't do it. Takes it over the blue line, however, and leaves it for Hedden. Behind the net, Albert cannot handle the hot pass. It is played up the right side by Fort Wayne to the neutral zone. Bottled up there by the penalty box doors. Jacksonville is first on it, can't clear it in yet. Hedden knocks it free for Lynch. Lynch to the blue line, but no further than that. 2-1 Jacksonville. We're approaching the 7-minute mark remaining in the second period. At the red line, Lynch gives it up, and Fort Wayne clears the zone. Dalton Thrower behind the back pass for Brendan Warren. Warren with a high flip in. This is going to be icing against Jacksonville. Curious to see if they're going to let Bobby Lynch stay on the bench or not, or whether he's going to be forced to come back onto the ice. Jacksonville only has 4 guys on the ice right now. And here comes Bobby Lynch.
Yeah, I think Lynch, he was tired there after a long shift, and he doesn't want to go back out there, but he's going to have to because of the icing, and the officials all over that one to pick him out of the pile and bring him back out.
So a critical juncture here with Jacksonville having some tired legs out there. Fort Wayne getting a fresh line change. Surprised they didn't send their top line out, although this one's pretty good as well. A.J. Jenks with Anthony Petrozelli, and completing the line, Matthew Bowdens, and Fort Wayne has possession. It's Doherty, the defenseman, in deep, all the way to the left circle, playing it to the line. It goes off a skate, held in by the Komets for now. Into the corner, Bowdens against Thrower. Thrower takes the body behind the net of Adam Carlson. Still tied up along the wall. Rabbit knocks the puck free. It comes to the Komets. Shot towards goal is blocked. It is loose, and Harrison will dig it out and play it to the line, but not out. It's held in this time by Verpass. Gabriel Verpass has it poke checked away. Lynch on his backhand, turns to the forehand. Great outlet pass for Warren. Warren over the blue line one-on-one. Cannot get around Doherty, but Jacksonville gets a much-needed line change in the process, and the Icemen keep the puck in at the point. It's Shipwell with a wrister. Save is made. Rabbit was behind the net, or behind the goaltender, I should say, of Munson. Munson came way out of the top of his crease to make that save. We'll take a break in the action. There's 5:54 to go in the second period. Jacksonville has regained the lead on a score from Adam Dowda. It's 2-1. This is Jacksonville Icemen hockey.
NHL players have amazing talent, and some of the very best developed right here in the ECHL.
Beagles in, he scores!
Now, follow all your favorite ECHL alumni every night on NHL Network's primetime hockey show, NHL Tonight.
Both teams recognize how big this matchup is.
Fire save by Dubin. Rebound!
Goosebump stuff. NHL Tonight, every night 6 Eastern on NHL Network.
If you feel that passion is just a start, if you think practice is never over, if you believe speed limits are just for highways, and Saturday mornings aren't made for cartoons. If you try, fail, learn, laugh, repeat, compete, respect, and unite, then you belong on our team. Join now at team.ccmhockey.com.
Faceoff is in the Jacksonville offensive end. Left side of Patrick Munson. Taking the draw for the Icemen is Wasey Rabbit. He's got Ian McKinnon in the slot, looking for a little bit of size on a potential screen. Jacksonville wins the draw. Daou completing the line to the blue line for Mingo. Walks the line, wrister in a screen, whistles just wide. Heavy traffic in front as Daou keeps the puck in the zone. For Rabbit and into the blue line, it's a slapper from Mingo. Easy save that time for Munson, as Mingo had to uncork it on a one-timer, otherwise he's going to have a man right on top of him. But they'll take another offensive zone draw. Each team changing up here with 5:39 to go in the second.
Yeah, that was a smart play there by Mingo. Just get it towards the net there. You didn't really have very many options. He had to make a decision and commit to it. And, you know, it's one of those things, if you get in there and maybe Munson fumbles with it, they had McKinnon crashing the net. But the worst-case scenario, it sets up this offensive zone draw for Jacks.
Komets win this one. It's Verpass around the boards for Sidlowski. Sidlowski fans on his first clearing attempt, but he does work it free now for Taylor Doherty. Doherty with a long-distance shot, easy save for Carlson. Goes behind the Jacksonville net. Shapiro first on the puck for Dowda. He has the go-ahead goal. Dowda for Lang, then for Clark. They're onside. Clark with a drop pass. Leidsman pinches in. Now he goes back in the play just to make sure he's got his defensive position covered, but Fort Wayne ends up with the puck. It's Sidlowski over the blue line. 3-man rush. Jacksonville has players back. Sidlowski waits for a trailer. He goes all the way to the near side boards where Leidsman picks it up for Jacksonville. Long outlet off the boards, and it goes to the Icemen on a bouncing puck. Had Clark been able to handle it, it would have been a 2-on-1 on a crazy bounce. Instead, it's Fort Wayne the other way. Sharp angle shot, goes high and wide. Binkley holds it in for the Komets. Throws one off the side of the net from a sharp angle. Leidsman for Dowda. Dowda, dangerous play, but it works out in a 3-on-2 for the Icemen. Shapiro leads the rush. Over the blue line for Lang. Looks for the pass for Clark. and it was way in front of him, and it comes off the boards for Fort Wayne. Rimshaw with a wrister. That is blocked by Jacksonville. Well read there by Chase Harrison. I think he's played a strong game tonight for the Icemen. Comes free to the right side at the blue line. Komets hold it in. Behind the net of Carlson. Dalton Thrower spins away from a man. Outlets it for Lang. Lang off glass and safely to center. 2-1 Jacksonville. 4:07 to go in the second period. Komets take it over the blue line. It is Jones curling away from a defender. That is Mike Hedden. Good hit by Hedden. But Fort Wayne still has the puck, and Carlson with a great save. Rebound trickles towards the blue line. Komets still have it. Binkley for Petrozelli. Turnaround wrister well wide off the short side. May have actually intentionally been wide. Komets with it again. Stuff attempt, and it's denied by Carlson. On the wraparound. Back behind the goal. Some pressure here from Fort Wayne. Looking for the equalizer. Deflects towards the line, deflected out by Jacksonville and played out of the zone. Nearly another breakout for the Icemen. Jacksonville's knocking on the door with these odd man rushes. Haven't quite gotten them to go yet as the Komets take it into the zone. Bowden's slap shot, saved by Carlson. It knocked the goaltender's stick right out of his hands. He got it right back. Komets look for the stuff attempt again, but he couldn't get it around. Squirts free to the near side wall. Lynch on his backhand, cannot clear. Jenks loses it to Lynch, and Lynch will stick handle out to center. Three-man rush. He's got Warren with him. Lead pass ahead is blocked by the Komets. Warren will have to track it down and clear into the zone. Delayed offside, waved off as the Komets have it behind their own net. Down to 2:48 to go in the second period. Puck deflects into the Jacksonville bench. And I think they're going to bring this face-off into the offensive zone.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
So the Icemen will have a offensive zone face-off to work with here. Looking for a little insurance on this currently very narrow one-goal advantage.
Yeah, it was getting a little nerve-wracking there if you're an Iceman fan, and here in the building watching Fort Wayne kind of dominate the time of attack there. The Icemen having a difficult time getting the puck out. Fort Wayne was starting to get a little comfortable and getting some chances, but the times that they did, a couple of good stops by Adam Carlson, but tight right now. Both teams, though, both teams have really had success getting some sustained pressure here tonight. They've kind of gone in waves, both teams, here in this game.
Yeah, it's been pretty well matched. I think Jacksonville certainly had the advantage probably the first 15 minutes or so of the game. Since then, it's been, I'd say, about dead even. Each team has had their opportunities, just as you said, Reeder. But Jacksonville, the latest team to capitalize on a Fort Wayne turnover, which resulted in Adam Dowda's 8th goal of the season. Face-off won by the Icemen in the offensive end. Mingo walks the line, feeds it to the right point. Wrister is gloved by Munson with no rebound. Warren was just hoping for a deflection there, never got one.
Yeah, he was in the area, just couldn't connect, and allows for an easier save there for Munson to try to handle there in that situation. Of course, that all changes if you get a stick on it. That's a goalie's worst nightmare.
So we'll drop the puck again to the left of Patrick Munson. Munson this year, by the way, never gave you his marks. This is his 10th game played. He's 5-3-1 on the season. Goals against average 2.97. Save percentage 91.2 as the Icemen take the puck again. It's Mingo, the defenseman, leading the charge. Shot deflects towards net. Not quite on goal, but Mingo gets it back. Right wing circle. Plays it down low. Leaving it for Rabbit. Rabbit turns to his backhand side. He is double teamed, and the Komets will play it away as Rabbit got spilled on the play. Luke Shiplow. His outlet pass is deflected, but Daou is there to help him out. Back for Shiplow again. Long outlet pass right on the tape of Clark. Clark dropping it for Mingo. Mingo over the blue line. Feeding it to the right. Open man there is Daou. Daou into the corner. A little miscommunication. Nobody knows where the puck is. Finally, Mingo is there for it. Centering pass is intercepted by the Komets. They'll skate 2-on-2 in transition. Shaw to the inside. Knocked free there by Dowda. And up the left wing wall, it's Emerson Clark by himself. Gains the blue line, but he's 1-on-3. He's just trying to keep the play moving, waiting for teammates. Couldn't wait long enough. The Komets dig it free. Lowen over the red line, then the blue. The big rangy forward flips it into the right of Carlson. It goes behind the Jacksonville net. Icemen first on the puck. Can't clear it out yet. Deflects towards the circle. At the blue line, it's held in by Jones. Jones at the left circle. Wrist shot. Saved by Carlson with the right arm. Rebound for the Icemen. Dowda is double teamed, trying to keep the play away from Lowen and Jones, and he does so very effectively, leaving it for Harrison. Harrison for Clark. He's got Dowda with him. 2-on-2 for the moment. Clark tries to step the puck between his legs. Comes free for Dowda now in the final minute of the second period. Jacksonville needs a line change as Fort Wayne gets the steal. They'll play it up the right side, and Rimsha ahead for Lowen at center ice. A whistle and a penalty. Is this on Fort Wayne or on Jacksonville? It's too many men on the ice for Jacksonville. So a power play for the Komets with 47.8 seconds to go in the second period, and it gets a little dicey here.
Yeah, you know, and one of the keys for the Icemen here today was going to be remain disciplined. We talked about earlier, second best power play in the league here for Fort Wayne heading into tonight's play. So you don't want to give them a lot of opportunities on the power play. And for the most part, individually, the guys have done just that. This is one of those bench minor penalties, a bad change, and it results in a power play here, the second of the game here for Fort Wayne. Big kill right now here, especially late in the second period.
Jacksonville wins the faceoff, and then they immediately wrist it around the glass and behind the Fort Wayne net. If nothing else, this power play is also broken up by the intermission, so that does help the Icemen out a little bit if they can get there. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Komets at center ice. Sidlowski pokes it into the zone. Shiplow first on it for the Icemen, not in a position where he can clear. Deflects into the corner. Knocked away by the Komets. Sidlowski with 20 seconds to go in the period. Man is spilled, no call. The Icemen catch a break, I think. That could have been 5-on-3 against as the Icemen play it to center ice. Komets right back with it. Sidlowski over the blue line onside. Cross ice look with 7 seconds to go for Shaw. His centering feed deflects free into the slot. Gallipo's shot is blocked by Rabbit. The veteran forward with a big block as the horn sounds. It would have counted. And we will go to the break with the Icemen on top 2-1. They will be shorthanded entering the third period for another minute 13, but they do have the lead. The only goal of that second period belongs to the Icemen. And Adam Dowda, his 8th goal of the season. The only assist belongs to Emerson Clark. 12:08, the time of that goal for Dowda. Shots on goal in that period. Jacksonville had 9 for a 2-period total of 19. Fort Wayne had 11. They have a 2-period total of 20. But on the board where it counts, it's the Icemen on top by 1. 2-1 is your score. We will take a break and return in just a moment. We will have your South Division standings for you when we return. This is Jacksonville Icemen Hockey on ECHL.TV and on Mixlr.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 32nd season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, official signage provider; A&R Sports, official hockey accessory supplier; AthleticNet, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; BFL Canada Risk and Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2020 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Ephesus Lighting, the preferred lighting partner of the ECHL. The Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider. Geico, official auto insurance of the ECHL. Handbid, the official mobile auction app. Honig's, the official partner of the ECHL officiating team. Howie's Hockey Tape, official hockey tape and lace provider. In Glasgow, official puck provider. The Migray Group, your source for game-worn jerseys. Ticket Galaxy, official ticket resale partner. And Warrior, official on-ice equipment provider of the ECHL. Catch all the live ECHL action in high definition by logging on to ECHL.TV.
Full and half-season Icemen Elite memberships are currently on sale. Elite memberships offer discounted ticket pricing and guarantees you the same seats to enjoy all of the action. As an Elite member, you will be invited to attend exclusive events throughout the season, receive merchandise and parking discounts, and even meet the team. Monthly payment plans are also available. Packages start as low as $260. For more information, contact the Icemen office at 904-602-PUCK or log on to jacksicemen.com. Icemen Hockey, feel the freeze.
Ever wish we could get a new house?
Yes, and Community First is freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days, and they pay closing costs.
Ever wish we didn't hire your cousin to fix our leaky roof?
Just keep mopping.
Ready for a new home? The home team at Community First can help by freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days and paying your closing costs. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First, love where you bank. Equal housing lender.
Sign up for ECHL TV and watch every ECHL game live online. Follow your favorite teams at home and on the road. With live streaming available on your PC, iPad, and iPhone, you'll never be too far away from the action. Never miss a big goal. Relive your favorite ECHL moments in the video archives. And catch every game from around the league live. If ECHL hockey is on, it's on ECHL.TV.
The Jacksonville Icemen offer discounted tickets for groups of 10 or more. Whether it's a company outing, a group from your school or church, or just a gathering of friends, the Icemen can help you set up a night of fun at a discounted cost. Other benefits include an intermission ride on the popular Fan Zam, a post-game group photo, or take a shot on net after the game. Ticket fundraisers are also available. For more information, contact the Icemen office at 904-602-PUCK. That's 904-602-7825, or visit us online at jacksicemen.com. Icemen Hockey, feel the freeze.
Ever wish we didn't have so many bank fees? Ouch!
We should get a free checking account at Community First. They even give you a cash bonus. Ouch!
Ever wish we had just bought a jar of honey instead of harvesting it?
Ow! Bad bee!
Have you heard the buzz? Community First is giving up to $200 cash bonuses when you open a free checking account with direct deposit. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First. Love where you bank. NCUA insured.
NHL players have amazing talent and some of the very best developed right here in the ECHL.
Beagles in, he scores!
Now, follow all your favorite ECHL alumni every night on NHL Network's primetime hockey show, NHL Tonight.
Both teams recognize how big this matchup is.
Fire save by Dubnik. Rebound! Goosebump stuff.
NHL Tonight, every night 6 Eastern on NHL Network.
If you feel that passion is just a start, if you think practice is never over, if you believe speed limits are just for highways, and Saturday mornings aren't made for cartoons. If you try, fail, learn, laugh, repeat, compete, respect, and unite, then you belong on our team. Join now at team.ccmhockey.com.
The Jacksonville Icemen are always looking to give back to the communities of North Florida. The team offers a ticket fundraising program that many local nonprofits and schools and charitable organizations can take advantage of. The program is simple. Your organization sells tickets to an Icemen home game, and a portion of each ticket purchase will go directly to your cause. This is a fun and easy way to raise money and gain exposure for your organization or school. For more information, contact the Icemen office at 904-602-PUCK. That's 904-602-7825, or log on to jacksicemen.com.
Fans, don't forget that you, your friends, or coworkers can enjoy the exciting action of Icemen hockey comfortably above the ice in a spacious luxury suite or at ice level with our new ice boxes, available for all Icemen home games. Both options offer food and drink and make for a great way to entertain your company's employees and top clients. For more information and to check game date availability, contact the Icemen office at 904-602-PUCK or log on to jacksicemen.com. Icemen hockey, feel the freeze.
We are back. Arlie Johnson with you, joined by Alex Reed. After 2 periods of play, it's the Jacksonville Icemen with a 2-1 advantage over the Fort Wayne Komets. Let us go now to the South Division standings. We'll try and keep you up to date with that throughout the season, at least every now and again. And on a Thursday night, not much going on in the ECHL. May as well go through the standings with you, and we'll stick with the South Division at least for now, where the South Carolina Stingrays stay on top. 68 points, but it's not a runaway yet. Florida is trying to actually stay with the Stingrays right now. The Florida Everblades, 28-11-2-2, 60 points for Florida. They are 8 points behind South Carolina. Advantage Stingrays for sure, but I don't think it's a done deal just yet. Third place, that's where you really have to start looking if you're Jacksonville. The Greenville Swamp Rabbits are in third place right now at 23-21, 1 overtime loss, 1 shootout loss. They have 48 points. It is a chasm between Greenville's points and Jacksonville's points. But if you look between that, there's a much different story. Greenville has played 46 games to only 40 for the Icemen. So even the gap between the two is exceptionally large. There's 6 games in hand. That is also exceptionally large. Granted, there's still a lot of work to be done, but if Jacksonville can find a way to hit a hot streak, and they will need a hot streak, there's no doubt about it. But it is certainly a possibility, especially with some games ahead against the Swamp Rabbits in the second half of the season.
Well, if you count tonight, it's 6 games in hand that the Icemen had heading into today's play over Greenville. And while Greenville has that 17-point lead, 6 points, that's 12 points. 6 games, that's 12 points right there you can make back. Now, again, those games in hand only matter if you take advantage of them and get wins. But if you can do that, you mentioned the Jacksonville Icemen are going to have to get a little bit of a streaky at time, put clumps of wins together. But, it's something that they can easily get right back into the mix with just because of the games in hand. I mean, 6 more, that's a pretty big gap.
Yeah, and, there's a long way to go. Jacksonville is going to have to do something pretty magical in the second half of the season to catch them, but it is definitely doable because of those games in hand. Fourth place, the Orlando Solar Bears. 19 wins, 17 losses, 5 overtime losses, 1 shootout loss. They have 44 points. They have a 13-point cushion on Jacksonville right now. But again, the Icemen do have 2 games in hand on Orlando. It's really good. The Icemen have to catch one of those 2 teams. It's really pretty cut and dry from that. Plus, they'll have to catch the Atlanta Gladiators, who are in 5th place. Atlanta is reeling, though. 18 wins, 23 losses for the Gladiators, 1 overtime loss, 1 shootout loss. Jacksonville has a lot of games against Atlanta coming up this second half, as they do against Norfolk, who's in the cellar. Jacksonville sits in 6th place at the moment, 13 wins, 22 losses, 4 overtime losses, 1 shootout loss for the Icemen. They have 31 points, so let's set it up for you. They're 7 points behind 5th place Atlanta with 3 games in hand. They're 13 points behind Orlando, 2 games in hand. 17 points behind Greenville, but 6 games in hand. So a lot of big numbers there, but the Icemen, once more, 1 hot streak, rather lengthy hot streak, admittedly, and they will perhaps have a second half push. Similar as they had in the first season, their inaugural season, the Icemen were right about in this exact same spot.
Yeah, I remember that.
They had about a 4 to 6 week stretch about this time of year where they really crawled into the thick of things. I think at one point they got within 3 points of a playoff spot, where at one time they were as many as, I want to say, 14 back, and they got it to within 3 or 4 points, and they really made it interesting. We'll see if the Icemen can do something and maybe just one step beyond that this season. And then finally in the cellar, it is the Norfolk Admirals. 11 wins, 28 losses, 5 overtime losses for Norfolk, 27 points for them. We will take another break. We'll come back in a moment. Jacksonville leads this game 2-1 over the Fort Wayne Komets. This is Jacksonville Icemen Hockey on Mixlr and ECHL.TV.
Full and half-season Icemen Elite memberships are currently on sale. Elite memberships offer discounted ticket pricing and guarantees you the same seats to enjoy all of the action. As an Elite member, you will be invited to attend exclusive events throughout the season, receive merchandise and parking discounts, and even meet the team. Monthly payment plans are also available. Packages start as low as $260. For more information, contact the Icemen office at 904-602-PUCK. or log on to JacksIcemen.com. Icemen Hockey, feel the freeze.
Ever wish we could get a new house?
Yes, and Community First is freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days, and they pay closing costs.
Ever wish we didn't hire your cousin to fix our leaky roof?
Just keep mopping.
Ready for a new home? The home team at Community First can help by freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days and paying your closing costs. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First, love where you bank. Equal housing lender.
Sign up for ECHL TV and watch every ECHL game live online. Follow your favorite teams at home and on the road. With live streaming available on your PC, iPad, and iPhone, you'll never be too far away from the action. Never miss a big goal. Relive your favorite ECHL moments in the video archives. And catch every game from around the league live. If ECHL hockey is on, it's on ECHL.TV.
The Jacksonville Icemen offer discounted tickets for groups of 10 or more. Whether it's a company outing, a group from your school or church, or just a gathering of friends, the Icemen can help you set up a night of fun at a discounted cost. Other benefits include an intermission ride on the popular Fan Zam, a post-game group photo, or take a shot on net after the game. Ticket fundraisers are also available. For more information, contact the Iceman office at 904-602-PUCK. That's 904-602-7825, or visit us online at jacksiceman.com. Iceman Hockey, feel the freeze.
Ever wish we didn't have so many bank fees? Ouch!
We should get a free checking account at Community First. They even give you a cash bonus. Ouch!
Ever wish we had just bought a jar of honey instead of harvesting it?
Ow! Bad bee!
Have you heard the buzz? Community First is giving up to $200 cash bonuses when you open a free checking account with direct deposit. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First. Love where you bank. NCUA insured.
NHL players have amazing talent, and some of the very best developed right here in the ECHL.
Beagles in, he scores!
Now, follow all your favorite ECHL alumni every night on NHL Network's primetime hockey show, NHL Tonight.
Both teams recognize how big this matchup is.
Fire save by Newman. Rebound! Goosebump stuff.
NHL Tonight, every night 6 Eastern on NHL Network.
If you feel that passion is just the start, if you think practice is never over, if you believe speed limits are just for highways, and Saturday mornings aren't made for cartoons, if you try, fail, learn, laugh, repeat, compete, respect, and unite, then you belong on our team. Join now at team.ccmhockey.com.
The Jacksonville Icemen are always looking to give back to the communities of North Florida. The team offers a ticket fundraising program that many local nonprofits and schools and charitable organizations can take advantage of. The program is simple. Your organization sells tickets to an Iceman home game, and a portion of each ticket purchase will go directly to your cause. This is a fun and easy way to raise money and gain exposure for your organization or school. For more information, contact the Iceman office at 904-602-PUCK. That's 904-602-7825, or log on to jacksiceman.com.
Fans, don't forget that you, your friends, or coworkers can enjoy the exciting action of Iceman hockey comfortably above the ice in a spacious luxury suite or at ice level with our new ice boxes, available for all Icemen home games. Both options offer food and drink and make for a great way to entertain your company's employees and top clients. For more information and to check game date availability, contact the Iceman office at 904-602-PUCK or log on to jacksiceman.com. Iceman hockey, feel the freeze.
Back in downtown Jacksonville at the Veterans Memorial Arena, Arlie Johnson with you, along with Alex Reed. The most veteran of broadcast tandems around the ECHL. I won't just flat out say we're the best, but we are the most veteran, if nothing else.
KG. I don't know.
KG and Wiley.
KG, Wiley.
We have seen a thing or two over the years. I have not seen Gabriel Verpass. I have not had that, but, you know, we have seen a few things over the years, for sure. And right now we're going to see what I think is going to be a really good third period, Reader. Jacksonville on top by 1. We've seen this situation numerous times here, in fact, at home, where they've had the lead going into the third period, and it works out quite well for them typically. Jacksonville, when leading after 2 periods this year, undefeated, 9-0 for Jacksonville, but I can't say that's been comfortable every single time. They're getting the job done, but it's definitely kind of a hold your breath and bite your nails kind of moment at times.
No, it is that, without question, and without good goaltending that the Icemen have had this season, especially with Adam Carlson. This game has that feel to me when the Indy Fuel were here. And there was that game, they largely outshot the Icemen. I think the Icemen had a season low 14 shots in the game, and Adam Carlson bailed him out with a 2-1 win. And this game, I don't want to say it has that kind of feel because I think it's been pretty even. but there's been some moments where Fort Wayne's been really able to control the time of attack, and it's made things a little hairy, and Adam Carlson's been able to bail them out. I kind of get that sense right now because it's a 2-1 game right now, and things got a little bit even more interesting as that game went on there late in the third. So we'll see how it plays out. My hope here for Jacksonville is they're able to get the next goal in this game and give them a little bit of a cushion. But without question, to Jacksonville's credit, you mentioned it, 9-0 after 2 periods. This is a team that plays much better with the lead, and they try to keep things a little bit more simplified as opposed to having to try to come back in the games when it's being done to them. So we'll see how they respond here. An opportunity here for the Icemen to kind of get this big stretch of the schedule, which is primarily at home, off to a good start.
And as for Fort Wayne, I mean, I guess it's kind of standard for most every team in hockey in general.
Yeah.
You just play better with the lead. Fort Wayne, when trailing after 2 periods, only 1 victory all year, 1 win and 14 losses for the Komets. And I think it's a little interesting that it's an interdivisional matchup. You don't really have to worry about, shootouts and both teams getting points or anything like that. Not that you want to get there if you're Jacksonville, obviously.
Yeah.
But it does kind of open things up a little bit more. I think you take a few more chances against teams that are not in your division as opposed to playing a little tighter. I think Fort Wayne will especially be doing that, and I will watch for that, which in turn leads me to a point of I think that Fort Wayne is susceptible for giving up some odd man rushes in this third period, and let us watch that as this third period now is underway. Komets are on the power play, don't forget. They still have it for just over a minute to go as they take the puck into Jacksonville territory. So a crucial moment is very early in this third period. Fort Wayne with a drive. It is blocked in front by Mingo, who felt that one, but he is okay. He blocked it up high on his arm. Held in by the Komets. 48 seconds to go on the power play. Shiplow takes the body, but the Komets keep the puck. It is Sidlowski, right wing circle. Into the slot, Petrozelli with a wrister, and it goes wide to the near side post. Held in by Shaw for Sidlowski. To the blue line, it's Gallipo. For Sidlowski again, right circle. Down low in a centering feed, and Shaw put it wide to the short side. Comes back to Sidlowski. Seam pass knocked away by Jacksonville. Cleared out by Mingo.
Well, you said Sidlowski's name a lot, and it's no consequence that he's second in the league in power play points with 19 on the year. It's because he's actively involved, setting up plays and then taking shots on net.
10 seconds to go on the Komet power play. They take the puck into Jacksonville territory. Bouncing puck to the far side wall. Taken away by the Icemen, and Emerson Clark will give it the clear. That will do it. Teams are at full strength. Ian McKinnon back out onto the ice as he was serving a bench minor for too many men for Jacksonville. So the Icemen, a nice penalty kill there against the number 2 power play in the league. And an offside will be called against the Komets. Face off outside the Jacksonville line.
Well, we just saw it right there, the effectiveness of Fort Wayne on their power play, why they're so good. I mean, they find the lanes, they can stretch their passes, pinpoint precision there. It's kind of a little bit of a reminder for Jacksonville of why they need to be very disciplined here for the remainder of this game and heading into tomorrow.
Jacksonville sends out Alexi Daou, Wasey Rabbit, and Brendan Warren. Warren has one of the 2 goals tonight for Jacksonville as the Icemen play it into the zone. Munson, stick handling himself, poking it into the corner for Doherty. Up the right wing wall. The Komets get it to center, but no further. Rabbit tracks it down and wrists it back into the zone. Munson will try for a Verpass this time. Into the corner, good forecheck by the Icemen, knocks the puck free. It is Daou taking the puck to his backhand side, to the blue line for Shiplow. Shiplow into an open corner. Rabbit tries to keep the puck away from Verpass. Knocked free by the Komets, played out to center ice. Good pass ahead, looking for Rimsha, but a great play by Shiplow, just driving Rimsha right down to the ice. Taking the body perfectly was Luke Shiplow.
I had a chance to chat with him last week there in Orlando, and he wants to help. He wants to become a good two-way defenseman, mostly be defensive-minded first. But I asked him, "You've been throwing some big hits here lately," and there was one right there. He said, "It's not part of my game, but I'll do it when I can." But they starting to do it with a little bit more consistency.
Mike Hedden clears into the zone for Albert into the corner. Lost the puck briefly. It goes off the skate of the referee as well. That helps out Fort Wayne as they will play it to center and clear in. Leidsman double teamed immediately. The Komets knock it free. It deflects towards the side of the net. And Carlson not going to take any chances there. He'll sweep it off the apron and then cover it up for the draw. 17 minutes, 14 seconds to go in the third period. Jacksonville nursing a 2-1 lead over the Fort Wayne Komets. Don't forget, these two teams will face off tomorrow night here in Jacksonville also. Game time will be at 7 o'clock for the fourth and final meeting of the season series. Nice to see these teams from other divisions coming into town. The Icemen actually will have several home games against non-divisional opponents in the second half of the season. The Worcester Railers will be coming in. Newfoundland comes in for the second time in as many years. Adirondack will come in for the first time ever, as will the Cincinnati Cyclones, all in the second half of the year. As the Icemen play it into the Fort Wayne zone, Komets get it right back out. Petrozelli, very high into the air. Stays in play. Jacksonville first on the puck behind their own net. Dowda slams it around, tries to reverse it, but Petrozelli holds it in for the Komets. Centering feed went right through the top of the paint, driven off the wall by Jacksonville, just too far in front of Chase Lang. It ends up on net, so no icing here, and Munson will be forced to play it, and what's the call going to be? Oh, they're going to say it's frozen by Munson, but because it was from outside the blue line, that means that everybody for the Komets has to stay on the ice, similar to an icing call, as it would have been for Fort Wayne. So I immediately saw the linesman pointing to the Fort Wayne bench saying, "You, back on the ice. You, back on the ice." Anytime it is frozen from a play outside the blue line, just like icing, the Komets have to keep the same 5 out there. They adopted that rule straight from the NHL this year.
It's a good catch there, Arlie.
Thank you. Icemen also get the opportunity to choose where the faceoff will be. Didn't matter. Komets win it and clear it. Shiplow for Jacksonville. Up the boards, nobody home. Komets take over in their own end. Verpass. Cross ice look. Nobody there either. Lazy pass, and Jacksonville takes it over. It is Warren into the zone. Sharp angle shot. Saved by Munson. Rebound for Fort Wayne. They can't clear yet. Warren playing it into the corner for Rabbit. He'll let it go for Daou behind the net. Daou gets hooked away a little bit by Jones. No call as Jones gets the backhand clear to center. Shiplow double teamed. Knocks it free in the neutral zone. Daou has it on his backhand. Gives it up to Doherty as the Icemen complete a line change. Verpass dropping it for Doherty. Doherty has it go off a leg. Deflects high into the air. Albert ahead for head and over the blue line. Left wing side. Tries to wait for a trailer. Couldn't wait long enough, and it's taken over by the Komets. Jones 1-on-3. Jones went nowhere. It was knocked free first by Leidsman, then by Hedden. The Icemen play it up the right wing wall. Can't get it on the tape of Bobby Lynch. At center ice, a steal from the Komets. Here's Shaw going wide on Leidsman. Cuts to the forehand side, and a penalty coming. It's on the Icemen again. Holding is the call. I think this is going to be on Chris Leidsman. And you do not want to give this very potent power play another opportunity. But the Icemen have done just that.
Yeah, strong move that time by Shaw, and it draws the penalty here. And he's tough to contain for anyone here. I know Leidsman just making the jump up and making the official ECHL debut here tonight. But that was a play that I think a lot of defensemen would have struggled with there just because of the explosiveness of Shaw. Unfortunately, it's another penalty killer for Jacksonville, and they're starting to flirt around with too many opportunities here for the Fort Wayne with the power play.
Well, the Icemen get an immediate face-off win and clear. 4 checkers for Jacksonville, or penalty killers, I should say. Brendan Warren with Wasey Rabbit. The 2 defensemen, Dalton Thrower and Chase Harrison, as Harrison gets a steal at center ice and immediately knocks it back behind the Komet net. Fort Wayne was trying to spring a man loose for a breakaway, but Harrison would have nothing to do with it. Gallipo for the Komets, touching it to the right side. It is onside. Petrozelli for Shaw, left wing circle. Drop pass to the line. Sidlowski for Gallipo. Gallipo, the only defenseman on the ice for the Komets. Cross ice look for Sidlowski. Goes off a stick, and it's cleared away by Jacksonville. Albert got the steal, and Hedden had the clear. Good kill again for the Icemen thus far. Still 1:13 on the clock, however, for the Komets. It is Doherty. Dishing to the right. Rimsha forehands it around. Mingo first on the puck for Jacksonville. To the left side for Clark, and an easy clear out. This is a superb kill here from Jacksonville, as Chase Lang is going to force Munson to play it himself around the wall. Good work here from Chase Lang to bottle play up deep in the Komet zone and kill a couple more seconds off this clock. Jones takes it to the blue line. Onside, wristing it around the wall. Rimsha back around the wall, comes free for Jacksonville. Mingo will skate with it and play it ahead for Clark. Possible 2-on-1. Clark right side, cuts to the inside. Lang cannot get a shot away. Komets get it back. 28 seconds to go on the power play for Fort Wayne. It is Bowdens over the blue line for Rimsha. Knocked into the corner. Dowda turns, tries to fire it out, and does so. What a great penalty kill from Jacksonville. One of their best that I can recall, in fact, with just 12 seconds to go on the power play, especially considering the opponent.
Yeah, they've not gotten set up here at all in this particular power play. That's quite an impressive feat in itself.
Thrower slams it out the length of the ice, and that is it. Komets were never able to get a sniff towards goal. Superb penalty kill for Jacksonville. 13 minutes flat to go in the third period, and the Icemen maintain their 2-1 lead. Komets take it into the offensive zone. They'll rim it around by everybody, and all the way into Fort Wayne territory. Verpass away from Brendan Warren, looking for Jason Binkley, then cross ice for Brady Shaw. Shaw takes it into the zone, poke check by Jacksonville. Warren knocks it free for Shapiro. Shapiro tries to start the attack on the right wing side. He's onside. Shapiro centering feed on the backhand, and a save made by Munson. Rabbit could not get good lumber on the blade of this stick for that one, but it will create an offensive zone draw. 12.5 to go in the third. It remains Jacksonville 2, Fort Wayne 1.
The Jacksonville Icemen offer discounted tickets for groups of 10 or more. Whether it's a company outing, a group from your school or church, or just a gathering of friends, the Icemen can help you set up a night of fun at a discounted cost. Other benefits include an intermission ride on the popular Fan Zam, a post-game group photo, or take a shot on net after the game. Ticket fundraisers are also available. For more information, contact the Icemen office at 904-602-PUCK. That's 904-602-7825, or visit us online at jacksicemen.com. Icemen Hockey, feel the freeze.
Ever wish we didn't have so many bank fees? Ouch!
We should get a free checking account at Community First. They even give you a cash bonus. Ouch!
Ever wish we had just bought a jar of honey instead of harvesting it?
Ow! Bad bee!
Have you heard the buzz? Community First is giving up to $200 cash bonuses when you open a free checking account with direct deposit. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First. Love where you bank. NCUA insured.
Offensive zone draw for Jacksonville. Looking for some insurance. They have not had any insurance on their lead yet tonight, but they have had two leads at 1-0 and 2-1. Jacksonville wins the faceoff. It is Lynch into the slot. Deflects for Hedden. Forehand and a save made by Munson. Hedden got all of that one, but Munson was able to make the stop and freeze it for the draw.
Yeah, it was a nice look right there for Jacksonville, finding Hedden and getting that shot off there from a good lane there. It's a great save and adjustment by Munson. And Icemen need to do a little more of that right there. And again, it didn't look promising at first, but finished strong there with a nice hard shot. Kind of low on the ice there as well.
Albert, Hedden, and Lynch, the forward line for Jacksonville. Puck is down. Jacksonville wins another one. Shiplow, left point, wrister and a screen, denied by Munson. Rebound for the Icemen. They'll poke it into the corner. Jenks was running a little bit of interference on Jacksonville. Mingo pinches in and keeps the puck in the zone and hustles after it. The defenseman is in deep. Great work here from Dejan Mingo, keeping Verpass down deep in the corner. Doherty finally for the Komets, up the right wing side. Deflected out to center, but no further. The Icemen right back in. Mingo around the wall. Dowda hustles after it and gets the puck free. Can he get a centering feed? Not quite. Taken over by Bowdens to the far side half boards. Now it's Dowd on the back check, forcing it loose to center ice, where the Icemen take over from there. Dalton Thrower by everybody. Icing is called. He's trying to feed it ahead for Adam Dowda, but it sailed on him, and the draw will come back into the Jacksonville end.
Yeah, Dejan Mingo there on that last shift. He just has great vision, and he can anticipate what's going to happen. That's what he did right there. And Fort Wayne was not expecting him to jump up so quickly from the point, but he knew where that puck was going to roll. He knew where that he had a chance to keep it in, and he did just by blocking it off the body and kept things alive. And then he's quick enough to get back if he has to, and in the event of a rush. So he just has such great vision, and like I said, the anticipation of that play. It was something little, but those are the types of plays you look for a guy that's been with you for several years.
Carlson forced to make a save for Jacksonville off the draw. off his blocker, then over the glass and off the netting. So we'll drop the puck to Carlson's right again. That's only the second shot on goal this period from the Komets thus far, with 11:24 to go in the third period. Considering they've had over 3 minutes of power play time as well, makes that stat even more impressive. Man waved off the draw for the Icemen, so Dowda will have to take it instead, and the Komets win it. Gallipo at the left point, wrister in a screen, goes well wide. Dalton Thrower on the backhand, shovels it ahead. Can the Icemen work it forward? It is Dowda over the blue line onside, trailing is Lang. Dowda dropping it for Lang. Great move by Lang. He's going to cut towards goal. Can he move it to the forehand? Not quite. Komets take it away as Chase Lang had the right idea to try and go from the goal line extended straight to the short side post. He just couldn't make the power move and complete it, as Jacksonville is going to be called for icing with 10:56 to go in the third. The Icemen still nursing this 2-1 lead. Don't forget, Jacksonville hosting the Komets yet again tomorrow night at 7:05. And following that one, 2 more weeks without a home game for Jacksonville. The next home game after tomorrow will be on Valentine's Day, Friday night Valentine's Day for the Icemen. From there, then it's almost nothing but home games the rest of the year. 19 home games in a 44-day stretch for Jacksonville starting on Valentine's Day. Chase Lang takes it into the zone. Tries to find a trailer, but they couldn't get guys on the ice fast enough after a line change for the Icemen. Jacksonville does slam it back in, however. Haas off the end boards for Stewart. Stewart with a lead pass for Jones. Off the board, stolen by Jacksonville. It's Daou over the blue line. Looks for a trailer at the left circle. Take the shot instead, and it's gloved by Munson. So Alexi Daou looking for that shot again. He's on a 4-game goal-scoring streak. He extended a point streak in the first period with an assist on Brendan Warren's goal, but he does not have a goal in 5 straight games yet.
And he's been such, I think he's been one of the best players here for Jacksonville this month, and really seemed a little rejuvenated after his call-up to Manitoba, and you could kind of tell he just kind of came back, but he's been feisty, he's been winning battles as well.
Munson with a save on a Mingo wrister from distance. Rebound for the Komets, they'll play it to center ice. Wasey Rabbit with a solid back check, forcing a delayed offside. And now they're going to call it an offside. I actually thought the Icemen were just going to keep skating with the puck. In fact, Wasey Rabbit's wondering the same thing, asking linesman Trent Williams, why'd you blow the whistle? We had possession. We were ready to break out.
Yeah, Jason Christie letting him have it too as well. You can see him shouting out here, just trying to make certain they get it right. But
and he's not very animated typically.
No, but he's getting animated right now on that one.
And they're both right, in my opinion. That play should have continued. Not that there was an odd man rush or anything, but, you know, you never know what leads to what. Komets have it in their own end. Long outlet pass, deflects into Jacksonville territory. The left side of Carlson, who will play it himself all the way out to center ice from Adam Carlson. And yes, Reader, he kept it in play. Jacksonville into the zone. Lynch up the right wing side. Looks for the wraparound attempt. Works it in front. Deflects off the end glass. Comes all the way to the blue line where it's held in. Glove save by Munson. Off the wrister from Leidsman. Or maybe that was Hedden just. No, it was Chris Leidsman coming out. 18 is the jersey number for Chris Leidsman.
Great acceleration there by Bobby Lynch. Boy, he turned on the afterburners there when he recognized an opportunity to get that wraparound. And he's just a player that you watch him from maybe the first month of the season to where he is now. His development, you really see him settle into the pro game. And little plays like that really stick out here. And very good heads-up opportunity there.
Komets win the draw in their own zone. They'll clear the zone themselves into Jacksonville territory. Icemen try to clear out. Trying to jab at the puck is Emerson Clark, rolling to the blue line. Second attempt, Clark does work it free, and the Icemen have a 2-man rush. In the neutral zone, a steal from Fort Wayne. Bouncing puck taken back by the Icemen. Onside is Jacksonville, trying to center is Lang. Knocks it free for Clark. Clark softly behind the net. And a foot race for the puck between Adam Dowda and Olivier Gallipo. Komets come away clean with it. 2-man rush as McKenzie wristed around the wall. McKenzie has been very quiet tonight, knock on wood, for the Komets. Normally a very offensive-minded player. 40 points on the year, in fact, for McKenzie. As the Icemen take it to center ice. Can't gain the zone yet. Komets steal it at their own line. And Jones leads the charge with a backhand flip in. Down to 8.5 minutes to go in the third period. It remains Jacksonville 2, Fort Wayne 1. The Icemen up the right wing boards. Dahu with speed, trying to beat his man wide and looks for a trailer. Throws it for Warren, and it somehow went right through his stick. He would have been all alone in the slot as the Komets take it back into Jacksonville territory. The pass was there. Warren just somehow had it go right through his blade.
I think there was a hole in the stick.
They're actually using those now, believe it or not.
You're right. I thought about that as soon as I said that. But you're right. That one just like it went right through. Almost like the stick was invisible, went right through.
The Icemen do play it back into Fort Wayne territory. I saw Jake DeBrusk of the Boston Bruins using a stick blade that has a hole in the blade on purpose.
Yeah.
Just for a little more aerodynamics, apparently. As the Icemen now try to clear the puck out of their own end. Double team play, but they work it free and over the line. Not much further than that. Loose in the neutral zone. Albert gets bumped off the play by the Komets as Fort Wayne tries to skate in over the blue line. They are onside. Jenks curls at the right wing circle. Well read by the Icemen, and a steal from Jacksonville. It's Hedden to the blue line. By himself for now, so he'll be content with just forehanding it in behind the Komet net. Komets easily out of their own zone. Petrozelli leads the charge for Bowdens. Over the blue line is Bowdens. He curls at the circle. Defending is Emerson Clark as the drop pass goes to Doherty. Doherty for McKenzie. Poked away by Bobby Lynch, but not out. Petrozelli holds it in behind the net of Carlson. Down to 6:54 to go in the third period as the puck comes free to the line. Gallipo in a screen. Save is made. Rebound is loose, and they will score. The Komets have scored to tie this game at 2. Dalton Thrower protesting, but referee Alexander Ross says this is a goal, no doubt about it. Now he's got his hands up in the air as if to say it's a goal, but perhaps we'll check it on replay.
Yeah, and Adam Carlson immediately argued. I think he might be saying he was interfered with. He was waving it off himself, but if there was any kind of contact there on the goaltender before it went in, and that's what he's immediately argued. He's pointing right there at Shaw to let him know, hey, you bumped him. So Shaw got up, Carlson got up and he was waving it off. But they're going to take a look at it, and we'll see if this stands. Maybe they can detect on the video replay whether or not there was any kind of interference on the goaltender.
And that makes this very, very interesting that they are reviewing interference of the goaltender. Was it not, I don't know, maybe over the All-Star break when this exact instance went into effective immediately? That is now a reviewable play as goaltender interference. I think it was not reviewable until literally this week.
Yeah, I think the Board of Governors did have some league changes, add-ons and addendums to the replay system, and I think they realized that, why not check it when you have the capability to be able to see it? So I think that's why it was one of those add-ons there, Arlie. The Board of Governors again passing that at their meetings there at the All-Star game in Wichita. And a big moment here in this game to decide whether or not this game is tied. Now, the key here is it was ruled a goal by the official.
Well, here's another thing that's interesting. I just went back to look at the little press release from the ECHL, and here's where this is actually to the benefit of Jacksonville that it's even being reviewed, at least based on what I'm reading here, reader. Beginning with games, and I'm reading directly from the ECHL. Beginning with games on Monday, February 10th, at the referee's discretion, goaltender interference will be added to the list of circumstances which are eligible for video replay review. So if they are indeed reviewing for goaltender interference, it is not quite February 10th. So I'm pleased that they're reviewing it, but I don't know if this is an automatic review or even reviewable at all. But this is what's happening right now. So I'm beyond curious at this point whether that is what they are in fact reviewing, and I think it is. And then secondly, if perhaps this potential game-tying goal from Fort Wayne gets nullified.
Well, it was ruled by the referee as a goal at that point here, but Fort Wayne up until this point, Arlie, 6:49 to go. They only had 3 shots on net. Icemen did a great job bottling them up, keeping to the outside and really possessing the puck. And just a little bit of a wild scramble in front, couple chance, second chance opportunities, able to get one past Carlson, who immediately argued it. And he doesn't think it should be, but right now a lengthy discussion right now. And
yeah, right now it's referee Alexander Ross and linesman Cole Rui are the two that are looking things over right now. And we're as in the dark as anybody else at this moment because we cannot see what the officials are looking at. They have their own replay of an overhead camera directly above the net that only they can see.
Yeah, it's down there on a tablet that sits in the scorer's table, and yeah, they're taking a look at it. I'm glad they're taking their time a little bit here, just because it is a crucial moment here in the hockey game, and we'll see how this ends up playing out. Jacksonville's not been on the receiving end of good things on these replays this year.
Well, here comes Alexander Ross. He puts his helmet back on. He's talking with Trent Williams now. Out of the penalty box he comes. Goal. The goal stands. And it is a tie game, 2-2, between the Jacksonville Icemen and Fort Wayne Komets. And give this goal to Brett McKenzie, his 16th of the year, at 13-11. So the Icemen, who have led 1-0 and 2-1, they have now seen the Komets equalize. Jason Christie now getting an explanation from the referee, Alexander Ross. And he looks, by his level, I would say furious.
Yeah, you could say that.
He is generally very poised behind the bench.
He really is.
You know, that's
as fiery he is in nature. You're right, on the bench he's pretty poised, but not that time. He's upset about something. And
so
I imagine what he thought was interference maybe on the goaltender.
No, it's not going to get taken away. It is a 2-2 hockey game between the Icemen and Fort Wayne Komets. And Jacksonville is just going to have to regroup and try and take a third one-goal lead, hopefully. Jacksonville has the puck at center ice. It is Dauda. Finds the trailer and Shiplow. Shiplow takes it over the blue line onside. In the slot is Shiplow. Wrister just wide, and maybe getting a piece of it was Munson with the goaltender's stick or perhaps the blocker. Squirts towards the blue line. Shiplow on a bouncing puck cannot handle it. He actually does a good job to keep it away from Sidlowski. He was a very dangerous player as Lang takes it over the blue line, but it goes off a leg right back to the Komets. Over the blue line is Bayless. Bayless with a sharp angle shot that's deflected behind the net by Mingo, driven off the wall and deflected out of the zone by Brendan Warren for the Icemen. Gallipo plays it off the wall. Jacksonville can't touch the puck yet. They had to wait for a line change to complete before touching the puck. Soft shot from Warren that goes wide to the short side. Played into the zone and held in by Wasey Rabbit. Warren tries to keep the play moving along the near side wall, but instead it's Fort Wayne digging it free. Jermaine Lowen to the red line before chipping and chasing after it himself. Rimsha turns to his forehand side. To the blue line for Gallipo, and it jumps over his stick and out to center. Gallipo will turn and fire it back in. Carlson leaving the puck for Chase Harrison. Harrison to the right for Shapiro. Outletting it for Rabbit. Up the right for Daou. Deflecting it in behind the net of Munson. 5:08 to go in the third period of a 2-2 hockey game between the Icemen and Fort Wayne Komets. It's the Komets this time deflecting into the Jacksonville end. Mingo tries to clear. It is blocked. Comes right back to the Icemen, however. Mingo will start the charge once more. Good drop pass at the blue line, but it's knocked free by Fort Wayne. Not able to take possession, however, at center ice. Albert looks to poke it free, or Hedden rather, poking it free with Albert. In the neutral zone, this is right by the Jacksonville bench. Comes loose for the Komets. They will backhand it in to the right of Carlson. Carlson leaving the puck for Mingo. To the right wing boards, bouncing puck. Goes to the Komet blue line. Fort Wayne gets to center and clears the zone. Mingo off the end boards. D-to-D for Shiplow. Up the right wing side, it's Lynch onside. He's got a man right on top of him at the blue line. Lynch 1-on-2 and couldn't keep the play moving. Now it's Fort Wayne in a foot race. Sidlowski wins that race, cuts to the backhand. What a save by Carlson with the blocker as the Icemen try to clear it out. And Dauda will block it out to center ice, and now it's Jacksonville with a three-man rush. Dauda with a wrist shot from distance. Save is made. Rebound is covered by Munson. 3:55 to go. We'll take a break. Remember that save from Adam Carlson, keeping this game tied 2-2 between the Icemen and Fort Wayne Komets.
The Jacksonville Icemen Icemen are always looking to give back to the communities of North Florida. The team offers a ticket fundraising program that many local nonprofits and schools and charitable organizations can take advantage of. The program is simple. Your organization sells tickets to an Iceman home game, and a portion of each ticket purchase will go directly to your cause. This is a fun and easy way to raise money and gain exposure for your organization or school. For more information, contact the Iceman office at 904-602-PUCK. That's 904-602-7825, or log on to jacksiceman.com.
Fans, don't forget that you, your friends, or coworkers can enjoy the exciting action of Icemen hockey comfortably above the ice in a spacious luxury suite or at ice level with our new ice boxes, available for all Icemen home games. Both options offer food and drink and make for a great way to entertain your company's employees and top clients. For more information and to check game date availability, contact the Icemen office at 904-602-PUCK or log on to jacksiceman.com. Icemen hockey, feel the freeze.
We have a 2-2 hockey game here in Jacksonville between the Icemen and Fort Wayne Komets. Along with Alex Reed, Arlie Johnson with you. These two teams have met twice prior this year. Both of those games went into overtime. And we're just under 4 minutes away from perhaps a third overtime in as many meetings between these two teams, obviously evenly matched. Jacksonville in the neutral zone trying to get the puck loose. Instead, it is the Komets taking possession. Wristed in by Gallipo. Around the wall, Bowdens beats thrower to the puck. Behind the net for Petrozelli. Defending on him is Adam Dauda. And finally, it's Thrower taking it over for Jacksonville. Thrower and Dauda both doing the work to get it free to the neutral zone. Chase Lang gets to the neutral zone himself before flipping it into the zone. Komets behind their own net. Gallipo with Lang right on his hip. But Gallipo does knock it free to center. Good step up there from the Icemen, trying to clear it in. Luke Shiplow on his backhand side will sweep it in. Munson blocks the puck for Binkley. To the left side, it's Gallipo. Then for Jones. Jones off the boards. Goes off a linesman, I believe. Squirts free to the Icemen. Mingo just bats at it with his glove to clear it out of the zone, but the Komets bring it right back in. Jones on a delayed offside, so he couldn't touch the puck. That helps out the Icemen skating out of their own end as Rabbit gets it ahead. Knocked into the corner by Warren. He'll chase after it, but Verpass beats him to it. He'll stick handle behind his own net, feeding to the far wall, off the boards, and ahead for Jones. Jones will softly toss it in with 2:28 to go in the third period. Mingo for the Icemen, shifting away from one man. He got held up briefly, but a great outlet pass sends Lynch on his way. Long slap shot deflects high off the glass behind the net of Munson. Komets look to clear. Blocked for the moment by Albert. Albert on his backhand. Can he get the puck to the blue line? No. It's swept out to center ice by Fort Wayne. Chase Harrison plays it to the neutral zone. Kicked onto the stick by Albert, who will backhand in. And the Icemen look for a steal in the offensive zone. Centering feed. Knocked away by the Komets. Sidlowski back behind his net for Verpass. To the right, it is Stewart. Stewart cannot get it into the Jacksonville zone as Shapiro backhands at the length of the ice, but this is going to be icing against the Icemen with 1:42 remaining in the third period.
Well, while that was going on, I got a text message from someone within the ECHL League office that's tuned in, and they confirmed that you cannot review goaltend interference on the replay until February 10th, which you read there.
Right.
So the only thing I could think of is maybe they thought it was kicked in. I didn't see that in the replay, but that's the only thing I could think would be a reason to review based on the way Carlson reacted. Something happened that Carlson didn't like, so I'm not really certain really what the review was for, essentially, but it's probably what it was. But I want to speculate.
Too many bodies for us to speculate as to whether it was a kick attempt. I do know that Adam Carlson was sprawled out on the ice at the time. He was not exactly in a standing position.
But it was a Fort Wayne goal either way. So, but just to confirm,
however
it
went. Down to 1:14 on the clock. Jacksonville in their own zone, but they will play it up the left wing side and out to center. Dauda tries to clear in, but it's broken up at the line by the Komets. They'll try and play it ahead to the left wing side. It is Jenks for Gallipo, playing it in behind the net of Carlson. Final minute now of play as the Komets look for a steal. Centering feed, poked wide by Sidlowski. Loose for Jacksonville up the right wing side. Icing will be called against the Icemen with 49 seconds to go.
Well, good attempt there. Good hustle by Lang to try to outpace that icing. Just about a stride off there, but face off deep in the zone there. An almost disastrous turnover by Jacksonville deep in their own end. Led to an opportunity that slid well wide, but an opportunity nonetheless here. But Arlie, both teams down with 25 shots right now. Both teams have kind of done a great job limiting amounts of shots here in this game. I know 25's like that target number for coaches to limit, as far as shots against, and both teams kind of sitting at that right now.
Exactly at that. 25 for Jacksonville, 25 for Fort Wayne. Icemen win this critical defensive zone draw. They will immediately clear it to center ice. Komets clear it right back in, however. Centering feed and a great save by Carlson with a stick off Sidlowski. Sidlowski holds it in, 30 seconds to go in regulation. Verpass from distance, it's deflected out of play by Chase Lang. And the Icemen will have to get another defensive zone draw with 25.9 seconds to go. And Adam Carlson coming up huge with a save from Sidlowski.
Yeah, that's the second big save he's had here in the last 3 or 4 minutes of game time. Had that other one earlier just a few moments ago, and that one right there on another dangerous look. And right now, just under 26 seconds to go here in regulation. Here in this 2-2 game, a face-off deep in the zone to the right of Adam Carlson.
Wasey Rabbit is on for this face-off for the Icemen against A.J. Jenks, Fort Wayne's captain. And a critical drop of the puck here for Jacksonville. Komets win it, however. Verpass from the left point. He'll just play it around the wall instead. Comes all the way to the far side as it got rimmed all the way around. The Icemen still trying to get the puck to the blue line, over the blue line. A poor pass from Fort Wayne comes out to center ice. Verpass drives it around the wall, just 8 seconds to go into regulation. Rabbit for the Icemen, trying to turn and fire it out. Glove down by Fort Wayne, a save by Carlson with 1 second left. It would have counted, but he makes a save from distance, and we will go to overtime. This is the third meeting between these two clubs. All three of them will end in overtime or beyond.
Yeah, exactly. The first two meetings there in late October up in Fort Wayne. Both games had to go to overtime and were decided there. So why not keeping this theme? And it goes to show what great hockey matches you get here between these two teams when they go head-to-head, at least this season. So both teams earning a well-deserved point. I think both teams are deserving of that. And a chance right now here for Jacksonville on home ice to try to get that all-important extra point. Overtime hasn't really been too kind to them, Arlie.
No, it has not. And Fort Wayne is no stranger to overtime. In fact, this is overtime number 14 for Fort Wayne. That's fourth most in the league. Overtime records for the Komets, 5-5. For Jacksonville, as you alluded to, not fantastic. 1-4 in overtime. In fact, their only overtime win against Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
As former Iceman Garrett Ross had that goal. It was the first victory of the season for the Icemen, was in overtime fashion. They have not had an overtime win since. If you happen to be looking ahead for overtime, which, by the way, is a long way away. Remember, it's 7-minute overtimes here in the ECHL. Fort Wayne 1-2 in shootouts. The Icemen 1-1 in shootouts. So we'll see if the Icemen can send their fans home happy tonight. 7 minutes on the clock. Shots on goal in that third period. The Komets had 7 for a 3-period total of 27. For the Icemen, they had 6. Their 3-period total is 25. Each team's switch sides of the ice, so Jacksonville now skating from right to left as we are looking at it. Jacksonville will start with John Albert, Bobby Lynch, and Dejan Mingo. Watch for Mingo using his speed and all that open ice, maybe to pinch in on a rush here. For the Komets, again, they've got a ton of skill, but they do not start with what I would have thought would have been their first line, or at least 2/3 of their first line. They have A.J. Jenks along with Anthony Petrozelli. On the draw, Jenks leaves for Sidlowski, so they just used him for the face-off and nothing more.
Yeah, Jenks is a good face-off guy.
Here's Sidlowski over the blue line, tries to step around Lynch into the offensive zone, and he does. Sidlowski left circle, dropping it for Petrozelli. Back for Sidlowski. Wrist shot goes wide. I'm not sure if Carlson saw it. If he did, he saw it late as the Icemen try to play it ahead, and they do work it free. Lynch one-on-one for the moment, but he'll curl back and regroup a little bit. He really didn't have much going offensively. So he'll just regroup and wait for a line change. Now Lynch has some speed. He's going to try and go coast to coast to the forehand. Oh, what a save by Munson. How did he get a piece of it with the left leg? Beautiful end-to-end rush from Lynch, but now it's the Komets the other way. Wrister goes wide from Bowdens. It deflects all the way to center ice where Wasey Rabbit tries to track it down. Looks for the steal away from Bowdens. He's going to force him all the way back behind the Komet net. Fort Wayne plays it out of the zone, and it's going to be Jacksonville's puck. Luke Shiplow to the left of his netminder. That would have been the goal of the year for Jacksonville, I think, from Bobby Lynch.
And we talked about the afterburners, that quick acceleration. We saw it right there. And Fort Wayne learned that as well on that particular rush.
Here's Shiplow for Warren, onside. Cross ice look for Rabbit into the offensive zone. Down to 5:31 to go in overtime. Warren, right wing circle, looking to go down low for Rabbit, but it's knocked away by the Komets. Here they come, 2-on-1 for Fort Wayne. Doherty with Shaw, flip pass for Shaw, knocked out of midair, right at the goal line. Komets take it away. Man is down. Fort Wayne with a backhander that goes wide. What a crazy play that was as Fort Wayne now picks it up at center ice. Carlson made the save, but it bounced up into the air right in the goal crease, and that really created some havoc as the Komets take it into the offensive end. Bayless has it knocked free. Here come the Icemen. It is Warren, 2-on-1 with Clark. Clark over the blue line on the right wing side has the puck. Clark, forehand. It is deflected by the Komets. Clark may have taken an extra half second too long, but Jacksonville does keep possession at center ice. Possession so important here in overtime. Clark over the blue line. Drops it back for Harrison. Harrison just onto the ice. He's over the blue line with Clark and Lang. Harrison right circle. Cross ice look for Clark. Clark back for Harrison. In the high slot. Feeding it for Clark. 55 feet away. Clark for Harrison. Throws it into the corner. Looks for the give and go. Centering pass, but Clark was going to the bench for a line change. So it goes all the way back into the Jacksonville zone. Surprised to see Alexi Daou on the ice for the first time in this overtime. Almost 3 minutes in. But it's Daou for Mingo. He's got Lang with him. Mingo with speed over the blue line. Going wide. Forehand. Save is made. No rebound as Munson gobbles it up.
Yeah, I was going to mention that right there. Hadn't seen Daou, not too much of Mingo there as well. Two explosive guys who I think really would excel here in this 3-on-3 situation. But and that they're showing up on the replay there, that little odd little bounce and deflection there off the glove that sent the Icemen in a scramble. But they got an offensive zone draw right now as we're inside 4 minutes to go remaining in the extra session.
Face-off's crucial. Mike Hedden for the Icemen against A.J. Jenks on the draw. Puck is down. Komets take it. They've been good on the draws tonight as Gallipo stick handles through the neutral zone. Going wide on Mingo. He beats Mingo, goes to the backhand. Save is made by Carlson as he does the splits. Post to post was Adam Carlson to keep this game going. Extending it with 3:42 to go in overtime.
Yeah, I think Mingo a little surprised. Gallipo had that extra burst at the end and kind of flipped that one in on the backhand. Carlson, though, in the splits and able to make that stop off the left pad.
Face-off is now to Adam Carlson's right. The Icemen will send out John Albert and Bobby Lynch. And this time it's Albert winning the face-off for Shiplow. Shiplow starts ahead, 2-on-2 with Lynch for the moment. Couple men for each team held back as Shiplow now tries to go up the ice all by himself. It gets deflected behind the net, and Shiplow got hit hard from behind, right in front of the referee, but no call from Alexander Ross. Shiplow is down and hurt. Finally, the whistle comes, and he is slow to get up, and here comes Scooter McClay, the trainer for the Icemen, as Shiplow stares a Komet player down.
Yeah, he's kind of clutching his chin right now here and trying to show maybe the official, hey, look, I'm kind of busted up right here. I'm surprised I wasn't caught. I know it's tough to call anything in overtime, but, man, those hits from behind. And, the Icemen had one of those against it there. Daou was crushed from behind in a game last weekend against Florida, and no call there as well. So those are tough plays, tough calls in pivotal moments of games. I know it's really tough, but, man, you can look there. The Icemen bench not at all happy with that exchange right there.
The Icemen have not had a power play in this game since the first period.
Yeah.
Only 2 all night. Fort Wayne's only had 3. Ross is letting them play, obviously. 3:21 to go in overtime.
Well, he's been consistent throughout the game. I mean, he has let some stuff go, and he's letting these guys compete, and it's been a good hockey game here, and you're glad to see that he is letting them play a little bit.
Komets control the draw. It's Gabriel Verpass. Behind his own net, Adam Dauda is waiting at the top of the crease as the crowd voices their displeasure towards the referee, Alexander Ross. Turnover from Fort Wayne. Mingo at center ice tries to work the puck free from Brady Shaw. Squirts loose, but it belongs to the Komets. Verpass to the right side for Rimsha. Closes and fires. Great save. Rebound off the post, and it stays out. Off the short side post, Jacksonville tries to get it back. Brady Shaw forechecking on the play. The puck is loose, and Shaw will track it down to the blue line, and a man goes down, and no call there either. Now they'll blow the play dead, and now Mingo's going after somebody as another man is down, and Shaw is down for Fort Wayne. And this is really getting interesting now. Wasey Rabbit pushing away at Gabriel Verpass as the Fort Wayne Comet trainer is now out to 10 for Brady Shaw.
Oh, Shaw took a big time hit there at the circle, and he is trying to gather his thoughts. And again.
And no penalty was called here either. Let that be clear.
Well, that was a shot, my goodness. Fans reacting to the hit, and certainly concern needs to be here for Brady Shaw, who's had quite the hockey game, but two big hits on each side. And
there's Brady Shaw is leaking. There's definitely blood on the ice right now as the two team captains talk with referee Alexander Ross.
And that's the issue here when you look at the situation. You know, you don't call the hit on Shiplow from behind. It's tough to make a call on a big excruciating hit there that time on Shaw. Now, I'd like to see it again to see how that hit played out, whether or not it would be deemed a clean hit there. I think Shaw had the puck. He just got rocked. I think he just may have gotten rid of it. We'll see, but they're not showing it up on the board, of course, out of respect to Shaw down on the ice, which is what you want to see. But, boy, he took a shot, and he is slowly gathering his thoughts, and he's getting to his feet right now, which is good to see.
Just now onto his feet and going straight to the locker room, and not via the Fort Wayne Comet bench. They're actually taking him away through the corner of the ice. And there's going to be a little bit of a delay here because they're going to have to do some maintenance. The ice crew is out there right now trying to scrape up what was left behind from Brady Shaw. And now it's Fort Wayne's head coach, Ben Boudreau, voicing his displeasure with Alexander Ross. So each head coach with a beef right now. But there's no penalty here either. Now Ross is going to go talk to head coach Jason Christie. And Christie saying, look, enough about this play. What about the last play with Luke Shiplow?
Well, both teams know they got to get to business here. They're in overtime right now, but boy, these big hits late in the game, boy, really sets a tone for tomorrow night's game, Arlie.
Very curious to see who tomorrow's official is, in fact, too.
Yeah,
every once in a while you do see it back-to-back officials.
Well, neither side too happy, but right now they're trying to get things figured out. Well, what a hit there. I believe that was Mingo who delivered the punishing hit there. And
I actually did not see the hit. I only saw the after effects of it, but I know it was Mingo who I believe delivered the hit.
And Mingo, that's not his game, but, you know, again, a hit like that reminds me of the hit that Mingo applied on Cody Smith, the Norfolk Admirals, last year in the open ice. If you remember that wild game, just good, clean hit there. But Mingo, he can throw the big hit on occasion. It's just not his game or style, but he's been known to do it from time to time. And
so we stay 3-on-3 hockey, and the Icemen right off the draw, trying to move 2-on-1, but the pass was a little too far in front. Centering feed, Munson with the save, and he will stick handle himself, but a steal, in alone is Clark. Drop pass, nobody there, and Fort Wayne comes the other way. Breakaway for Sidlowski for the win. Forehand off the crossbar, and we play on. Fort Wayne still has the puck. It's Doherty trying to move wide on Shiplow. Man, as this overtime had everything and more. Komets have it in the offensive zone. Sidlowski, top of the right circle, playing it down low. It goes off the end boards to the Icemen. Jacksonville takes over. 2:02 to go left in overtime. Sidlowski bangs one off the pipe, and we stay 2-2 as the Icemen with a turnover. Icing. No, now they're going to wave it off last second, but Fort Wayne still has the puck. Here come the Komets through center ice, all 3 men attacking. Jenks moves to the inside, and Carlson with the save. Draw will be to his left with 1:42 to go in overtime.
Yeah. Boy, things got interesting real fast, and that's the beauty of the 3-on-3 overtime format. And you look at it, it's one of those things, you take risk in overtime, and if you don't score on your chances, you take your risk, you often are going to have an odd man rush or a breakaway situation like you had there. Iceman, good play to recognize that chance to get it down low for Clark. Clark with a centering feed, and nobody was home though that time, but you know, and it went back on a pass the other way to Sidlowski, who goes back and draws heavy metal on the net there. So it certainly opened up pretty quickly and got everyone buzzing.
Icemen win the faceoff in their own zone. Daou is pressured. Comes up the wall, and the Komets get the steal, but it's out to center ice. Gallipo starting the rush for the Komets. He'll curl back to the red line, then feed it over the line for Bowdens, defending his thrower. Bowdens cannot get the shot away, but he does maintain control. Bowdens at the left circle, skates all the way to center ice. 1:15 to go in overtime. It's Gallipo for the Komets. To the left for McKenzie. Wrist shot goes wide to the stick side, deflects up high, right back to the Komets. Wrist shot, score, and that is it. The Komets have won in overtime on a goal from Matthew Bowdens with 1:02 to go in overtime. What maybe was the most innocent-looking play out of all of the overtime ends up being the goal as Bowdens snaps a wrister over the blocker of Adam Carlson. And the Komets win it in overtime. 3-2 your final score, and the Icemen will be forced to just settle for 1 point and the overtime loss.
Yeah, they get a point. They deserved a point. But, you know, the Icemen had 2 leads here today of 1-0 and 2-1, and just couldn't hang on to them. Of course, you had that one goal there that was, you know, up in the air, and Coach Christie wasn't happy about that. But the Icemen had some chances here. They couldn't finish them off, and a tight game. And Fort Wayne lingered around and hung on to get the big win here tonight. But Icemen get a well-deserved point without question. But you know, if you're in the midst of making a playoff push, you know, these games, when you get to overtime and the extra sessions, these are where the Icemen really have to get that extra one on the books, or in the books.
So Matthew Bowden's the goal at 5:58 of overtime, his 9th on the season. And Jacksonville, again, the overtime loss. They certainly had their opportunities, but the Komets, to be truthful, had more opportunities in that overtime, and they played better than the Icemen did in that extra session. I think it got to a certain point where Jacksonville was just trying to hope for a shootout at one point and see if they could take the victory there. They did not.
Yeah, I think Fort Wayne's got we talk about the lines that they can roll. I think they're a team that's better suited for the 3-on-3 to create those chances. They got a little bit more punch in that regard, where the Iceman is more by committee and grit type of style, and simply 3-on-3 is not that type of style. So, you know, if you're the Iceman, you got to try to score early in these overtimes. The longer it lingers on, more chances Fort Wayne can get. And they had a couple chances. They were knocking on the door, and Bound's able to get that big tally to seal it here. But, you know, as you look at the Icemen here, they got a chance here in the 2 games at home. You can build off this and still take 3 of 4 against Fort Wayne as you get back to it tomorrow.
And that will be tomorrow at 7 o'clock. These same 2 teams, maybe with a lot more bad blood than they started the day with.
That
tomorrow.
Won't be forgotten.
Not sure if we're going to see Brady Shaw either for Fort Wayne, although we certainly wish the best for him. We don't want poor health on anybody. But based on that wicked hit, I'm not sure if we will see Brady Shaw, Fort Wayne's leading scorer, in tomorrow's game, but let's find out tomorrow and we'll determine that. As for Jacksonville, with that loss, 1-5 now in overtime this year as well. And with the loss overall, now Jacksonville's record 13-22, 5-1. They do get 1 point and up to 32 points in the standings. For the Komets, 21 wins, 16 losses, 5 overtime losses, and a pair of shootout losses for the Komets. So that will do it for this one. Valiant effort from the Icemen, but they fall short in the extra session, losing 3-2 in overtime. Thank you so much to Gemstone Media. Thank you to all of you listening, of course, and to you, Alex Reed, my broadcast partner. This is Arlie Johnson saying goodnight for now, but we'll be right back with you tomorrow evening, right back here in Jacksonville. It'll be the Icemen and Fort Wayne Komets once more tomorrow at 7 o'clock.